behind me here. What do I care?
You can't see it. Hello. Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Boy, that was fast.
Real fast.
I never know how long it's going to be until StreamYard decides to show us. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, welcome.
Oh,
Happy Thursday already.
Hello.
My goodness.
I know.
Welcome back from vacation. Jason.
Thank you, Amy.
How was the Jersey Shore?
Oh, it was excellent. It was a good time. I think that was actually some of the best weather I have ever had at the shore. In all my life of going down to the Jersey Shore.
So you didn't have rain?
No rain. No rain. I think the warmest that it got was in the maybe low 80s, but it was a shore breeze. So there was like no humidity. We didn't need the air conditioner. We could have the door open.
That's nice.
Yeah. And then we hit the mainland coming in, and the temperature just kept going up and up and up and up until we got back to Lancaster County, and it was in the 90s. So yeah.
It's been very hot here. We still have smoke coming down from the wildfires in Canada. So it's still hazy. Like all last weekend, it was terrible.
Right.
Like I was having a hard time breathing for a couple days because like the air quality was so bad. So, and I remember we were in like northwestern Indiana on Saturday.
Right.
And you could like smell it. You could smell it in the air.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think it's getting slightly better, but it's still not the best though. So I could do without that. Maybe.
Yeah.
But it's been hot. It's also been hot here.
Yes.
For sure. All right, let's say hello to the friends, and then we will briefly talk about how the sale is going to work tonight, in case we have anybody new. And Jason, I have a couple of quick claim things that are not included in the lineup tonight. I'll talk about that when we get there. And let's see who's in. Well, I already know who is here. Really super early today. Karen G is actually the first one to chat at 2 p.m. today.
All right. All right, Karen G.
Today. You beat out Willie by a whole hour in the chat.
I feel like that was planned. I
came in at like 4 o'clock and put our email stuff in there.
Right.
And I saw that those two were already up in the chat. So early birds. Tracy is rounding out the top 3 tonight. Tracy. I'm not counting myself. Hello, Tracy. Good to see you. Audrey has joined us tonight. Hi, Audrey.
Hello, Audrey. Good to see
you. Miss Terry V. Hey, Terry.
Hello.
Tracy wants to know how your cats were while you were on vacation.
Well, 2 things real quick. We'll just pull the Band-Aid off. 2 things. One, there will not be a video this week. There will be no video from other Tuckers this week. There's been a lot of things that I've been trying to catch up on. So I promise I will make it up to you guys next week. There are going to be some changes with Anna. I'm not too sure what's going to happen yet. The behavioralist is not feeling that she could live in a house with other cats. This gate we bought, Anna's smart enough to jump the gate. Usually cats can't jump this gate. She can jump the gate. So we have one last ditch effort. We had an SOS phone call with our vet today. And our vet has an idea that they're going to discuss with Tina tomorrow. Fingers crossed it works. If not, I will do a video explaining what's going on with Anna, because in the event that we can't keep her, we will, in coordination with Beth Stern, foster her till we can get her adopted. So maybe from her platform and my little platform, if by chance we can't work this out with Anna, we will keep her until we can get her a single family home with no other cats. But we're so bullheaded and we're in love with her that there's one last ditch effort and we think it might work. So everything I'm saying could be null and void, but I'm just putting it out there because of me making it so public. I want everyone to know. But Anna's safe. Anna's good. She gets to run the house. We put the boys away, but we just can't have them coexist yet. It's just not safe. Not safe yet. But I will fill you guys in when I know. You guys will know almost as soon as I know. So, Amy, thank you for letting me talk about that. It's kind of a big deal. So,
No problem.
but all is good right now. So she's safe.
Okay. Cindy Lou is here. Hey, Cindy.
Hello,
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Karen is going to be our bed ender this evening. Thank you, Karen, for helping us out.
Thank you, Karen.
And Shannon is here. Hey, Shannon.
Hello,
good
Shannon.
to see you. And Mr. Joe. Hello, Joe.
Hello, Joe. Good to see you, sir.
As well.
I did lose another hat on vacation, so I don't know where I put my blue hat. So we're wearing the ball cap
You
tonight.
have hats, Jason. I don't have a very good track record of.
My mom used to sew my mittens to my hand. I guess Tina's got to sew my hat to my shirt.
Yeah, you might as well just super glue it to your head at this point. Then you won't lose it.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know.
All right. Carrie, good to see you tonight. Thanks for being here. There's Gavin.
Hello, Gavin. I'm a snap.
Gavin is working and lurking tonight.
Hello, sir. If you guys are not following this channel, you are missing out. You need to follow the one, the only Grady Group of Vintage Recordings, who has a new avatar, by the way. I really like it with the circle around it. Kind of looks like a record. Has a YouTube channel, plays music. It's on vinyl, on a turntable. He drops all kinds of knowledge. He's also the other half of our bid ender tonight. So please show those Gillette some support. They work so hard in this community. They really are a cornerstone in this community. So if you aren't followed to him or subscribed to him, please do so. And please follow him over on Instagram. It's the same name, and you won't be sorry. If you love vintage and music, you'll love him. So thank you so much, and follow those Gavins. Grady Group of Vintage Recordings.
Good to see you, Gavin. Mama Pam is here.
Hello, Mama Pam.
Laura. Hey, Laura.
Hello,
Laura is our community share tonight.
Oh, okay.
From Laura to share
right.
later on after the sale tonight, so stick around for that. Right. It's a pretty ingenious idea, I think.
All right.
Using something different that I would not necessarily think to use. And
all right. Okay. All right.
Laura's share tonight. All right. Paula is here with us. Hey, Paula.
Hello, Paula. Hi.
Miss Gutierrez. Hello, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Good to see you, Debbie.
There's Jason's mom.
Hello, Mom. I love you.
You changed your picture back to the giraffe. She's keeping us on her toes.
She is. She is.
Fine. Perry is with us tonight. Hi, Perry.
Hello, Perry. Good to see you.
Blue Wildflower is here. Hello, hello.
Good to see you, friend. One of our kitschy friends. She's
definitely over on Instagram. And she also is a seller on Vamp.
Yep.
Sharon Spencer is here. Hey, Sharon.
Sharon, good to see you.
Chris has joined us tonight. Hey, Chris.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris. Hope you're well. Chris, if you get a chance, please send us an email and update us on how you're doing. I think of you often, but it's very good to see you, Chris.
Trina has joined us tonight.
Hi, Trina.
Good to see you. Retro D is here.
Retro D.
And Miss KB is here. And Melanie. Hello, hello.
Melanie.
Melanie's in the Lurkers Lounge tonight. Okay, Melanie. Vintage Rose has joined us. Welcome in. Good to see you. Dusty Moose. Dusty, I sent you an email. Dusty, I sent you an email. Can you just read it? You don't have to respond to it. Just read it. I know you got it. Okay.
Okay.
Let me see. Heather.
Hello, Heather.
Hey, Heather. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Just everybody saying hello to one another. There's Tina. Hey, Tina.
Hello, Tina.
All right. And you got to go shopping with Andrew, Vintage Samples.
I did.
Too.
It was a good time.
I did. You put out a video. I did watch that already.
Yes. Yep.
Janine is here. Hey, Janine.
Hi, Janine.
Miss Pat. There's your happy smile. Hey, Pat.
Amy, did you hear she's a grandma? She's a grandma. Congratulations, Pat. She didn't.
Congratulations, Pat.
She changed the screen name over on Instagram, and she has it that she's a grandma. So I'm assuming.
All right.
So, Pat, congratulations. Good for you. Good for you, Pat.
Elaine Linney. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Janet is with us tonight. Hey, Janet.
Hi, Janet.
And Miss Kathy Plunkett. Hey, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Good to see you. Scroll. Everybody's just saying hello to one another. I think I've got everybody. I am made it all the way to the end. So
Right.
welcome in. If I did not personally greet you, welcome. Thanks for joining us for Fantastic Finds. Jason is back with us. I know he took off last week because they were on vacation, and Misty filled in, and that was big fun. But good to have you back, Jason.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you. It's good to be
And
there.
there's Big Paw Vintage popping in
Good
there.
to see you guys. Hope you're well. Happy National Great Dane Day.
All right. So we are going to talk about how the sale is going to work briefly, and we'll talk about when we're doing our invoicing this week and get the show on the road. All right.
Okay.
All right. So first, you want to make sure you're in the best version of the chat. So make sure in live chat all messages and not top chat. So that is in your chat settings that you can find up at the top, somewhere to toggle back and forth. Just make sure you're in live chat. If you're in top chat, it is going to filter out some of the comments for you. And because we always have a crazy weird lag here on the YouTubes, you don't want to refresh as often as possible. So you can either exit out of the broadcast, or the quicker way to do that, which doesn't require you leaving the sale, you can tap the upper right-hand corner of your screen on your mobile devices, so phone or tablet, which are going to be the faster options if you plan to bid on anything. And if you tap on the screen, you can find a little gear wheel icon. There is a playback speed setting. If you hit 2 times, which is the fastest that you can go, if you are lagging behind, we're going to sound funny until you're caught up live with us again. So we recommend you do that as often as possible, especially right before you plan to put in a bid into the chat. If you do that, that will be, make sure you're at the most current point that you can be. All right. And the other way that you can check, there is the gear wheel for the computer on the lower right hand corner, the same settings for that. But there's also a red line that is underneath the screen. Just make sure that that is pulled over as far to the right as you can go with that. That's another way to check to see if you're lagging behind at all. If it's not all the way to the right, you might not be live. All right. We will be doing auction style this evening, except for a couple of my items, which I'll talk about it when I get there. But everything is going to be auction style, so we'll give you a starting price. We'll highlight it up here on the screen. We will describe the item to you. We'll give you any kind of maker or knowledge, errors, measurements, and we will show you any kind of issues that the item may have, especially if there's any kind of repairs or damage. We do our best to show everything to you live while we're here on the screen, so you can make an informed decision if you want to bid on it or not. But do keep in mind that the vintage and antique items that we do show have had a life, but we do our best to show everything to you live. All right. If you're interested in bidding on anything, all you have to do is type your bids down into the chat, and I will highlight them in StreamYard as I see them come in. And we will do a 20-second countdown to account for the lag. And so don't wait to put your bids in there till the last second. You don't want to come in after the bid end, so try and get your bids in early. And the highest bid that you see come in on our end before Karen's bid end will be the winner. We also are doing the just in cases here tonight. So all that we ask is that you're an active bidder. So as long as you put in one straight bid, doesn't matter when you put it in. You can put it in right before the countdown starts or during the countdown if you would like, if your internet is that fast. But all that we ask, if you put at least one straight bid to utilize the just in case. So as long as you have one bid in there for the current item, you're welcome to use the just in case during the countdown. And that is the max amount that you're willing to pay for the item plus the letters JIC. Type that into the chat. If your just in case bid is the highest before the bid end, we'll bid you up $1 over the next highest amount. But do keep in mind, multiple just in cases that come in before the bid end will turn into regular bids. All right. And if you are a winner of an item tonight, especially if you're a brand new buyer, this part you really want to pay attention to. Or maybe it's been a while since you've shopped with us. It's always good to just send that information. Again, it's much easier to find if it's at the top of our email. So we need an email sent to Jason or I. You can even send us a joint email. We don't mind that. We need an email with your YouTube screen name, your real name if it's different from your screen name, your full shipping address, and an email that we can send your PayPal invoice to. We do our invoicing only in PayPal, but if you don't have a PayPal account, that is okay. You can still shop with us. Just send us an email with all that same information and let us know that you want to check out as a guest. When we send our invoices out, we can send you a direct link to that invoice, and then you can check out as a guest with any debit, credit, Venmo, Apple Pay, or PayPal. And keep in mind, once those invoices are sent, payment is due within 24 to 48 hours of receiving that invoice. And shipping is not included with the winning bid price. That is additional. And we do use Pirate Ship to get the discounted shipping rates versus the retail at the post office. So we pay a discounted rate. We pass that right on to you guys. You guys pay the same thing that we do. And that is why we need your full shipping address, and make sure that that is correct in PayPal when you check out, because that is what we print our labels from. But that's how we calculate your shipping, is from your shipping address, from you to us, and the size and weight of your package. We do have shipping available to the US and Australia, to Philomena. Unfortunately, still, we're holding out because there is been some delays with delivery for Canada still. So we're just waiting for the green light to ship there, probably in the next couple weeks. Hopefully there won't be any more delays. There have been some postal workers that are still refusing to deliver packages. Things might be held. Things might not get delivered or returned to sender. So that's why we're just hanging off a little bit longer to be able to ship to Canada, unfortunately. And I'll let Jason talk about that last point. We'll talk about when we're doing your invoicing, and then we will get into it.
If you purchase from me tonight, you can not have to pay shipping if you want to pick it up at Mother Tucker's. So I own a brick and mortar called Mother Tucker's Antiques. I'm located in Adamstown. My address is Ephrata, though, so we are in the Adamstown. We're part of Antiques Capital USA. I'm about an hour and a half west of Philadelphia. I'm right out of Lancaster in Amish country. So if you're coming to visit us for the upcoming extrav at the end of the month, or you're coming in on vacation, just let us. Yep, it's the summer extrav coming up. The first two are always real close. But if you're coming into town and you don't want to pay shipping within a reasonable amount of time, we can hold those items at Mother Tucker's. So just please send us an email. We'll just invoice you for the item. Then once it's paid, we will communicate via emails on when and how you want to pick it up. It's best that we do it that way instead of here in the chat. We don't want to gum it up with that kind of business. And I think the emails are a little more personal, and we can always detail everything that way. So that's it for me, Amy. Thank you.
All right. I did see a couple other people pop in the chat while we were gabbing away. Let me go back. I lost my spot. I did see Erin at Blueberry Barn pop in there. There she is. Hey, Erin. Good to see you tonight.
Hey, Erin. Good to see you.
And Nikki Moss. Hello, Nikki. Good to see you. All right. So shipping this week, or invoicing, I guess, will happen for me tomorrow. I do ship from Michigan, so I will email you when your invoice is out there at some point tomorrow, hopefully earlier part of the day. I will get them done and out there. And then likely I will be shipping on Monday this week.
Okay. I ship out of Pennsylvania. I will be doing all of my packaging, and invoices will go out on Saturday. So if you can get those squared away, then we like to ship everything on Monday. It gives us a clean slate, new week. We get to start all over again. So I think that was it for me.
Okay. All right. Before we get into the sale, I'm going to move myself over here. I have a couple items that were not paid for last week, so I'm bringing them back for quick claims. So if anybody was not here last week, or I'm just bringing them back, see if anybody still wants them. So the first thing I had was the little Napco puppy dog planter. They do call this a head vase, but it's just a little planter. All right, and there's a cat that coordinates with this. All right, overall good shape. There has been some use inside the planter. All right, that is stained. I did clean this to the best of my ability. Some of that is permanently stained in there and will not come out. There is a couple tiny little flea bites around in the fur and on the little hat up here at the top, but overall really nice condition on the front of her. This was $18. All right, $18. So you can type in puppy dog or planter if you want to claim that. 18 planter if you want to claim the little puppy dog Napco. It does have foil sticker there on the bottom still as well. So puppy dog. And then I have these as a choice, but we're going to put them together.
You got Ashley.
We're going to put these together. All right, Ashley, you got it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, let me write Ashley down. All right. And these were a choice last week, but they're going to come together this time. All right. So we have Roquefort, the Dream Pet Mouse. These were also not paid for last week. So Mr. Roquefort hanging out in his cheese. If I came back as a dream pet, I would probably be Roquefort. And you're also going to get the Enesco. The sweetest things in life are free little, and this is technically a sugar bowl. This is what that piece was. There's just a little wear to the writing on there, but not really any kind of chipping or anything to the dish. So these are going to come together, all right, because they look darn cute. So instead of choice, these are going to be $18 for the pair. So you can just write cheese 18 if you want to claim the pair of those. All right, we're going to have them stay together this time.
Gosh,
right.
And he's the same mouse that they have the toothpick holder for an Enesco, isn't he? Okay.
Yep, that whole little kitchen series. All right. Aaron, I see you. Cheese is yours. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. All right.
I love your words, Amy, the cheese. Yep.
Okay. Thank you so much. I don't know where Parmesan is. He was up here napping earlier, probably about an hour ago, and he's hightailed it out of here. I don't know where he is.
He's a busy man.
So between Jason and I tonight, we do have, we thought that we would bring like kind of red, white, blue, that sort of thing this week, since we're just a few weeks out already from the 4th of July. So we thought we would bring that sort of style of stuff tonight, although it's not like patriotic necessarily. Right. There are some things, but then there's some general things as well. So I have a choice for my first round, and it is some little micro mosaic little boxes. So I have 2 of them. They're very similar as far as color wise. They're just different shapes. All right. So the first one I have, we'll see if my camera cooperates tonight. Probably not, as per usual. So these are little hinged lidded boxes. All right. Not brooches. I've never been able to pick up any of the little boxes before. So this is the first one, and it is round, all right, and it has kind of like gold filigree all over the sides, and I'll show you the inside in a second. So the background is red, and then the colors of the flowers in there are pink, light blue, yellow, and then there's green leaves and kind of much tinier filler little flowers in there. No missing tiles, all right. And Nikki, I see you. Thank you so much. All right, so we'll open it up. So it does have a little plastic liner on the inside, but the box is overall good condition. It just that has that metal filigree kind of on the bottom, all the sides and everything like that. So I think this would be considered probably a pillbox, something like that you could stick in your purse. It is actually about the same size as a lot of the brooches are, but it's just a little dish. And the other choice here is square. All right, here's that one.
I love the red, Amy. You normally don't see a lot of red ones.
I really like the red on both of these too, because it made the flowers just pop out on it. So this one is square, but same kind of deal with the filigree on the sides and everything, how the box is built. The flowers are just slightly different in this one. So we'll put them side by side so you can see. They're very complementary as far as what they look like in color wise. So the round box is 1 1/4 inches round, and the square is 1 inch. Okay, so the round one's just a little bit bigger, and this one is not quite as like yellowy gold. It's actually showing a little bit more silver, but it's also gold tone, just not as goldeny, I guess. That's the best way to put it. But no missing tiles on either one of them. Good condition. And I'll open up the square one too. That one also has just a little plastic liner in there. Okay. And I don't know what other kind of little tiny treasures that you could fit in there, but I'm sure that you could use your imagination and fit something else in there. All right, 17 with Aaron. So we're looking for 18 or more on choice of the little micro mosaic boxes. And let's count them down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one bid end.
These pair well with folks that collect snuff boxes. Like if you collect snuff boxes, these I've seen them tuck in with that collection.
The other thing that I've only seen one, and it was a very old micro mosaic, and it was a little picture frame.
Yes.
I have not run across any more of those yet, though. All right. There's that bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right. So Aaron had it just in case of 22. Nikki Moss had it just in case of 50. So Nikki for 23, let me know if you want square or round. And she already knows she wants them both. You got it, lady. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, $12. And like Amy said, we went patriotic summer. I also went like June bride kind of thing, kind of beachy, kind of things like that. So $12. And I know we have some folks that like to collect bride and grooms. I had never had this set before. I found one last year, and I think Karen Gillette bought it. Tina found another set. So these are going to come together. These are penny dolls. They're that era. So they're made of bisque. You can see that her arm does dangle down a little bit, but it's because it hooks into the groom's arm right there. All right. So he does have a little bit of wear, from the hand being put, in and out of there. Now, what I love about this set is they stand together beautifully. He only stands proper when you have her arm in there. So you can tell like they're definitely made for each other. So $12, you're going to get them both. There is a little bit of paint wear. So let me show you the bride here. You can see she has a little bit of paint wear there on her eye. You could very easily touch it up. There is some discoloration here to that arm because of the black paint, on the groom. I didn't do a lot of cleaning to them. I can't really find where she is marked Japan, but I can show you that he's embossed here, Japan there on the back. So they are both made in Japan. Here's what the bottom looks like. They both measure just about 5 inches tall. So very 1920s kind of flapper girl bride. And all you do is you take her arm and then you just slide it right in there like that. See if we can hook it in here. And then the two of them stand together arm in arm just like that. So like I said, if you get these and you want to stand the groom up by himself, you're going to have to work at it a little bit. He will stand, but he kind of wants to topple over. If you see my reel, I had them both standing. And for some reason, the weight of her arm kind of allows them to stand and not fall over whatsoever. So no chips or cracks. They're both in very good condition. If you want to, you could try to, fix the string on there, but the string is kind of loose. It kind of looks morbid like that, but it's only loose like that so that you can hook it into the groom's arm. So once they're joined, they look really, really cute together. So let's go ahead and do a countdown. I saw you. Hello, Glowy Girl was in at 12. Jamie is in at 13. So we're looking for 16 or more. And you're going to get the set. And these are probably, I don't know, made in Japan, like maybe 1920s, 1930s, I think, for these. So let's go ahead and count it down. 16 or more, just in case for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. I love his glasses too. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Some of the pinks on there do fluoresce under black light. I don't know if you're going to be,
I like that his arm paint has wear where her arm goes in and out. I like that. You can tell that it was played with.
Yeah, you can tell there was definitely a lot of interaction there, and they're so cute. And this is the second set I've ever found. So there's our bid end. Thank you, Karen G, with Glowies just in case. Over the 15, Glowy. They're yours for 16. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
All right. I have just one handmade piece for the sale tonight. I've been saving this cup, trying to do something maybe a little patriotic, although not really. It's more general, but I thought that the stars could work in something, or if you need a little gift for somebody. So the base is a little Ohio art, little child's teacup covered with stars. And popped in there is a little Joseph Originals, flocked puppy dog. You guys know I love the little Josephs. And I'll turn him to the back so he still has his little Joseph foil sticker on the back side. of his little tuchus there. Right there it says Japan. All right, and I've popped him in the little teacup, and he's just a little black and white spotty pup. All right, and he's flat ceramic. So I did add. Wow, my camera just really doesn't want to focus at all today. It does have. I did add the little red bow to the top of the head. And inside of the cup, I've added what puppy wouldn't be complete without a little bone. So there's a little bone in there hanging out. And then some vintage flowers for good measure on the other side there. So there's kind of like a yellow spiky thing, some red flecked millinery, and then some little yellow plastic flowers there. I have signed it on the bottom right there. And let's see if we're going to have to use this all night or not. I just want it to focus. But it's not a super large piece. I mean, those little children's tin litho cups aren't super large to begin with. Measurement for it is 3 by 3.
So
right? So 3 by 3. Cute. I need to get some more little Josephs. I have Christmas ones to work with for July things, but I don't have a lot of general things hanging around.
I don't see them anymore. I don't see them anywhere. I can't even save them for you.
I usually luck out and find them at the big outdoor festival. So we'll keep looking for some more. All right, so let me get caught up on the chat. I am behind. I apologize. Hello to the cat and the rabbit. Welcome back.
Hello.
Good to see you. And Lisa Day, welcome in. All right, Debbie right now has got the high bid at 20, so we're looking for 21 or more. I am going to, it's not a nut cup. It's a teacup. All right, let's count it down. We're looking for 21 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A bid end.
So good.
There were some epic Halloween nut cups at the Midwest Holiday Show.
Yes, there was.
There were some epic ones.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's that bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, so the cat and the rabbit were at 22, but Debbie had a just in case of 32. So Debbie, it is yours for 23. Thank you so much.
All right, $6 choice. $6 choice. If you guys love spun heads and the little goobers that were made in Japan, these are your ticket for the 4th of July, okay? Now, I sold some of these with the Valentinos. This will be the last that I have, okay? I found just enough for that sale and for me and Amy, and I kept a few for myself. So they're all in the same kind of condition. They're going to start at $6 choice. They are made out of the flocked cardboard. They have the little spun heads. They're kind of these little soldiers. Now, the boxes they came in all were pretty destroyed. So there's actual little holes here in the back. You can kind of see the one hole right there. It's because they were stapled to their original paper, okay? So I had to pull the staples out. So each one of them will have 1 or 2 little holes in the back, which just proves when we find these little vintage spun heads, if they have that kind of damage, that is like, quote, original to them.
I've never seen these before. I wondered what they were in your preview because I couldn't figure out what they were.
I never saw them before. They're stinking cute. They stand on their own, so they're these little cone dolls. They also have their original little string, so you can sort of move the string around, and then you can hang them as ornaments if you want to. The little pipe cleaner comes up and holds the head on, but then the pipe cleaner also comes out the back there, so you could use it as a little, like to put on a gift if you wanted to, or you could use that to attach to the tree or whatever you want to use. So what you do is when you get it, you just bend the head however you want, and it is those tiny little spun head, heads on there. So I have 5 of them for you to choose from. They're all in great condition except one of them, which what I'll do is if there happens to be more than one person interested, this guy would then be the last one. Whomever bid last would get the one. He's missing one of his little buttons right there. It's just like a little foil sticky thing, and it's missing. There was one missing on on the ones I sold with the Valentino. So I see Aaron for 6. We're looking for 7 or more, and I do have 5 of them. So in each one of the packs, there were 5 of them that came in each one of the boxes. So I kept the box for myself to use for my Valentine's Day, my 4th of July display this year. They measure 2.5 inches tall. Again, these are in very good condition. There's no staining to the spun head whatsoever. Just this little guy here on the end is missing one of his buttons. And they came right out of the original pack because the packs were destroyed. The packs took the brunt of storage. So they'll all have just a little hole in the back, which that's how they were attached to it. So let's go ahead and do a countdown. We're looking for 7 or more, and it is on choice. I have 5 of them available, and right now we're in at 6 with Aaron. So let's go ahead and do a countdown. Again, these, I don't think you're going to find these anywhere else. I couldn't find them anywhere on the internet. So I do believe they're bicentennial themed, probably. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Lisa, no, you're right. They do definitely have firecracker looks. If you look at their arms, that's what I think I love about them. They're these very abstract, they're these very abstract sort of little soldiers that definitely do look like little firecrackers, but they're little cone dolls. So there's the bid end. Thank you so much. So Aaron was the first one in at 6. So Aaron at $6, let me know how many you wanted. There's 5.
She did put in a just in case, so it'd be 7.
Okay, so 7. So it's $7 each, Aaron. I'm sorry. You'd think I never did this before. You take a week off. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So Aaron, at $7 each, you'll take the 2 middle ones. Okay, so
I'll take the middle 3.
The middle 3. Okay, so those 3 are yours, and we'll sit those to the side. So at $6 vintage rose, if you were interested in these 2, you could have them. One does have all of its buttons. This one is missing one of its buttons. So vintage rose, let me know if you are interested in the other 2. And if you are, they could be yours. If not, I'll bring them back during the recap. But I'll just wait to hear from you. Thank you guys so much.
All right. Okay, I'm going to do this next because tablecloths are so fun to show. So I'm going to do this early. And I brought this because the colors in it were perfect. And I have never seen a tablecloth with butterflies in it before. So that was another reason why I had to bring it tonight. All right, so I do have a tablecloth. All right, it is a square. And I will give you the measurements in a second. But I did want to show you how pretty it is with all the butterflies in there. I just have never seen, and Mama Pam was with me when I found this, and she's never seen one with butterflies on it either. But I just thought that the red and blue were like perfect if you actually wanted to use this maybe for a 4th of July party or something like that. And I will say it's freshly laundered. I did just wash it, so it smells like Gain. Okay, that's the laundry detergent that I use. All right, and there's no there might be a couple. I did spot treat a couple things, but it looked like they came out to me, so I can't really tell you that there's much staining or anything with it. It's in really nice condition. There's no holes either. We did make sure and check it. There's no holes in it. But it's just beautiful. I love the big old butterflies on the corner. And then here, let me get caught up on the chat. Sorry, this is why it's difficult to show these. All right, Nancy, I see you. Thank you so much. All right, and then the center has just little smaller bunches of flowers, smaller butterflies. There's just like, I do believe that this was used. Like I said, it did have a couple little faint spots on it. I did believe that I got those out of here. So like the colors aren't completely probably as bright as they should be. There's a tiny bit of fading on them, but not really. I think it's still nice and bright colorful. It's like cornflower blue. It matches my shirt nearly perfectly. Cornflower blue, and then red, pink, and then a very light mint green. So there is like the leaves of the flowers and things like that are a very light mint green in there. And then the highlights for the red is like a darker pink, right? So measurement for it, it is square. It's 42.5 by 54. Okay, I cannot back up anymore to show you any more of it than what I can, but that's about as much as I can get in there. All right, let me get caught up on the chat. Thank you all so much. All right, so Dana right now has got the high bid at 22. I'll go around and show you the edges as best as I can. So it does have fully patterned for the center as well. So I think that would just be so pretty. If it was me hanging it on a table, I would hang it on the diagonal. That's probably how I would use it. All right, so Dusty Moose right now has got the high bid at 24. So we're looking for 25 or more. I am going to count it down. Now would be the time to put in just in cases if you'd like to use one. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid it. Okay. I can't help it. I love a good tablecloth.
I know. I wish I could find them.
And it was like butterflies. I love that. I wish I would have had it last week because I had some butterfly things last week.
That's
and
right.
I found it over the weekend. So that's how it works. All right. Bid end is in there from Karen. Thank you so much. All right. So I see it in here, it looks like Dusty had a just in case of 29. Nancy had a just in case of 31. Janine had a just in case of 35, and Dedrota had a just in case of 36, but Aaron at Blueberry Barn had a just in case of 44. So for 37, Aaron, it is yours. Thank you so much.
All right. $14, Amy, and my antique to kitsch my antique to kitsch quota was off a little bit. So I had to really bring some heavy kitsch. So for $14, she's technically new old stock because she was in her original package, but her original package was starting to completely disintegrate. So I love this cute little kitschy little girl. She is made of like a rubber. She has her little bikini on, and God bless her heart, the bikini kind of keeps wanting to fall down. She actually has her original holiday fair tag right there. So she's made by Holiday Fair. She is this cute little goober dressed up in her little polka dot bikini. So if you're looking for maybe something in your summer display, you know, little itsy bitsy teeny weeny polka dot bikini, I think she would look so cute in a beach display. So she is like this harder rubber, almost like a squeak toy style is what she's made of. She is fully jointed, so you can move her arms. She still has her original little rubber band in there, so she does have a ponytail. I didn't pull on it too hard, but you know, the new owner, if you fluff her hair up, she's going to have that little, like I'm going swimming, little ponytail going. So what I love about her is that she has this cute little belly. She's like, I'm going to get you, Amy. I'm coming to you. It's summertime.
I don't know how I feel about her.
Tina felt the same way. I loved her. But her little butt crack keeps trying to hang out because, you know, you guys have all been there. In the summertime when you get out of the pool, you get saggy britches. Like, it's very hard to keep the bottoms of your, you know, PG, you know, on your swimming trunks up. So she's got a little saggy britches, but she is stinking adorable. I love her. I guess it's either you love her or you don't. I don't know. It does have the imprint of Holiday Fair here on the back. If you guys have a little display that glows, of course you can see. Whoa, now. What's your name? Have you been drinking tonight, ma'am? No, I haven't been. So this does all glow. So the pink does glow. But I definitely think she is adorable, and I think she would look great in a summer display. Or if you guys do a pool kind of display, she measures just about 8 inches tall. And again, she is made by Vanity. She's made by Holiday Fair, and she does have her original tag. She was in her bag, but literally the bag was so discolored and so disintegrated that even if I would have tried to have shown it to you, she wouldn't have displayed well. So let's go ahead and do a countdown. Nikki, at least you get me, because I think she's stinking adorable. I love her with her big old toofers right there. Get a little sand pail for her. I think she'd look adorable. So let's count her down. We're looking for 15 or more. And I do think she's probably from the 1960s. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. So you can kind of pose her like she's dancing. You know, she's heading down to hang out with Connie Francis next to the pool. All sorts of fun things in her itsy bitsy teeny polka dot bikini. I just think she's so. I want to know what the little boy looks like. You know, they made a little boy like that.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
So, Nikki, she's coming to you. Enjoy. Thank you so much. Poppy, I at least know in the boys' shorts.
I've never seen it. Like Holiday Fair did a lot of, they did plush and they did pose dolls and all sorts of things, but I've never seen anything like that one.
I love it.
I'm sure that there's more than just those two.
There has to be.
There's probably a whole series of those. Okay, we're going to go to Antique Ephemera for my next round. I do have some antique 4th of July postcards. And these, I don't see 4th of July stuff postcard is very often. Actually, I looked for some at the Midwest Holiday Show and I didn't find any. But I do have 4 different ones. I did just get these over the weekend too. So this is for choice and I'm going to go through it and tell you which each one is called. All right. There's only one that has a postmark on it and I'll talk about it when we get here. All right. So this is choice number 1 and I'm calling this one silver. Hopefully that is coming in clear. Now, all 4 of these are firework related. Okay. And they're all like very stylized different. And that's why I really liked all of these. Actually, there was a whole binder full, truth be told, and I had a hard time picking them out. But I decided to just go with 4. But these are all embossed, really nice condition on all of them. So this one I'm calling silver because it does have the silver inking. It says July 4th, all in fireworks here. She is actually swinging on a firework here.
I love it.
I love everything about that. This one does not have a postmark. All right, no postmark and not used on the back of this one. And that's choice number 1. This next one, I see MJ and Dusty are in. All right, this is the one that has the postmark. And this one I'm calling gold. All right. And this one has the 3 kids here that are playing with giant fireworks. Also has nice embossing on it. It says 4th of July here at the bottom. This one has a postmark of 1910 on the back, and this one has been written on. Okay.
They wrote a letter on that one.
They did. They sure did. It's from Myrtle.
Oh, good old Myrtle with her girdle.
Okay. So that one is gold. Okay. And hello, Robin.
Hi, Robin.
All right. Birthday girl. Robin had a birthday yesterday. So this is the first time I've seen her in the chat. So happy birthday, Robin. Hope you had a good day yesterday. All right. All right. Now, number 3 is this one. And this one I am calling Lantern. Okay. So this one also gold in the backing. And this one just has a lot going on in it. We've got the paper lanterns that say July 4th here that is hanging. She's got the firework and she's got some more. She's ready to party there at the bottom. I really liked that one. Was super different. This one has been used on the back, but no postmark. Okay. Used on the back, but no postmark. All right. That one is Lantern. And then Janine, I see you. Thank you so much. The last one I'm calling Balcony. And there was a whole series of these with specifically boys playing with fireworks in different areas. There's a whole series of these, but I really like the colors in this one. So they're standing on like a balcony and they're having a good old time shooting off all the fireworks. A little flag down here that says 4th of July. This one has not been used on the back. Okay. So this one I'm calling Balcony. We'll go back through them again. This one I'm calling Lanterns. All right. This one is gold. All right. With the 3 kids in the fireworks. And then this one is silver with the girl swinging on the fireworks.
They're all
super safe. I love these. Okay. Janine, I see at 16. So we're looking for 17 or more on choice of antique 4th of July postcards. I'm going to count them down now. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
Gosh, these are amazing. I don't find 4th of July postcards. You just don't see them.
All right. I did have a very difficult time picking out which ones.
I'm sure.
I liked them all because like a whole binder full.
Right,
So,
right.
That was very hard, but these were all very different.
Yes.
I think that's why I went with these. All right. So Robin, your just in case of 31 did come in after the bid end. All right. So Lisa was in there with an 18. Dusty had a just in case of 22. MJ had a just in case of 23, but Janine had a just in case of 30. So for 24, Janine, let me know which one or ones that you would like. Again, gold, silver, lanterns, or balcony.
And they're partying it up with them fireworks, aren't they?
They are. They're having a good old time.
Taking them all, Amy.
Girl after my own heart. She's taking them all. You got it. Thank you so much.
$24, Amy, and I brought some glass tonight. So I brought some glass that I thought would fit into your 4th of July displays or your summer displays. The first one is by a glass company that I believe this is made by Cambridge, okay? So this is a figural flower frog. So there's a flower frog down here. I'll actually use my black light in a moment to show you some of the details of her face. I think from afar, if you wanted to, in your 4th of July display, you could mimic her as maybe Lady Liberty or something like that. You know what I mean? But she actually has a name. They actually call her Bashful Charlotte, okay? That's what she's known as. So we'll turn it this way so you guys can see. This is a flower frog, but this is from the underside. There are 8 holes in here. So this is one of those figural flower frogs that you can use it and let it stand alone, or you could put it into some sort of a planter, some sort of a base, and use it that way, okay? You can actually see where it's beveled up a little bit so that the water can kind of, trickle out and be in there. So let's get in here closer. Is great detail on her face. I'm actually going to try to reverse light it with the black light here so you guys can get the full effect, because the face does have a lot of detail. So does the body. It kind of almost looks like a nude. Do you know what I mean? Very Art Deco style, but she is known as Bashful Charlotte. So, and I kind of like the way she's lit up. If you have one of those light bases and you were to light her from the underside, that's the way she's going to look. So they made them in a couple different sizes. They made them in a few different colorways, but she is going to be your clear crystal one. So doesn't that just look icy the way that lights?
I was going to say, it looks like an ice sculpture.
I mean, I just think it's really, really, and I think it also fits into your 4th of July. So again, let me get in here so you guys can see what she looks like. That's the one thing with clear glass. Sometimes you can't, necessarily get it to show all the details on a live video. But I thought she would look good in your 4th of July. Measurements on her, again, sorry, there are no chips or cracks whatsoever to her. She is an 8-hole. 10 holes. She has 10 holes for your plants, for your flowers, whatever you want to put in there.
Stick flags in there too.
You could, absolutely, Amy. You could definitely stick flags in there. But again, they call her Bashful Charlotte. I think she goes by some other names, but that's what I kept finding, and that's what we would call it at Mother Tucker. So she measures 8 inches tall. So she's 8. Man, words are hard tonight. She's 8.5 inches tall. She measures 4 inches wide at the base. You take a week off, and it's like you don't even know how to do this anymore. So now you can see how crystal clear the crystal is. You can even see how it goes up there, into her feet. So you can see where her feet are. And again, I think she would really look good. You're right, exactly, Janine. Put some string lights under there as well. You could also use her as a pen holder if you wanted to. You could put marbles in there. But I thought she would look spectacular in your 4th of July display, because a lot of times when you're not using milk glass, the clear glass, hello, Sharon, You could put that exactly right. Just like, yep, like Amie said, you could put flags in there. The clear glass kind of takes the place of the white aspect of the red, white, and blue in your display. So,
and it goes with anything too.
It does. I don't see any interest. Again, I took a risk bringing glass, but I thought maybe we'd have some glass lovers here tonight. I'll bring it back for the recap, and we'll keep it going.
Okay. All right. I have a choice for my next round at 24. And these were also something I found over the weekend. And I have never seen these before, and nor could I find any like them anywhere. So I have two little wheelbarrow planters with pixies hanging out. I've never seen these before. They were stinking cute. And I thought, well, little red suit pixies aren't just for Christmas. They're for any old time, especially with, I feel like a flower cart or a little wheelbarrow. I think these are meant to be summer or spring little pixies. And here's a surprise as well. Made by Unesco.
Oh, with the old sticker too.
Yep, blue Unesco tags. So these are very old, early 50s Unesco tags before they switched to the red ones. So they both have the little, or well, actually, I thought that they both did. Maybe that one came off when it was getting wrapped. When I found them, they both had stickers. But anyways, that was a surprise to me that I had not seen before. Now I'm going to show you each one. There's no chips on either one of them. All right, so they are just like a little wheelbarrow, and they even have the little stopper on the back, and little Pixie's just hanging out.
I love these.
He's just hanging on the side. There's very minimal wear, I would say. There's just like tiny, there's a little bit more paint scratching on the other one. So there's just a couple little paint scratches in the red coal paint, but not really anything super major. There's no chipping, no repairs on either one. Really nice and clean on the little wheelbarrows. All right. I don't think that there was anything ever in there. So it's white ceramic, and then it does have like the gold kind of like splatter accents to it on the back. And then this one here, so it's the same planter. All right. I love the tiny little pixie head. And then this one just has like, there's a little wear right on his little bum there, and a little bit on the feet. But again, there's no chips, no repairs to this one either. And I just I'd never seen this before.
Itty bitty, so, I love it.
And I actually couldn't find them anywhere
Never.
On the internet, as far as like different colors, or maybe they had like, different wagons or something like that. I couldn't find them. And the Unesco was certainly a surprise to me. I had not seen an Unesco sticker on a Pixie a little planter thing before. Measurement for them, they are 4.5 by 3. Okay, so I did have a little Pixie in a chair last week. So maybe that was made by Unesco. I have never even known a maker for these ever. So that's pretty exciting. I like to learn things or find things out that I didn't know before. So let's count these babies down. I see the cat and the rabbit just popped in there with a 25. So we're looking for 26 or more on choice. So the winner can take one or both if they would like. All right. And essentially they're the same. That's just, the little paint scratches on the suit are just, I don't know, in a little bit different locations. But overall, I think generally they're in the same exact condition. Okay, let's count these down. Looking for 26 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I have no excuse. I was not on vacation last week. So I don't know why I can't count backwards all of a sudden.
I'm so on the struggle bus the past few days. I can't even.
Hey,
Hi, Tina. They would make good little creamers too. They kind of, not I would use them, but they would look good to mimic.
They could be a nut cup as well.
They could be. Absolutely.
do whatever you want to do with them. All right. So it looks like Dana was at 24, but the Cat and Rabbit had the 25 there. So the Cat and the Rabbit, let me know if you would like 1 or 2. I'm not sure how to like tell them a difference apart, except for one has the little wear on the booty and the other one doesn't. So I don't know. I don't know how you tell them apart because they're basically the same.
So cute.
And then if the Cat and the Rabbit doesn't take them both, Dana, you will have on deck. All right, the Cat and the Rabbit is just going to take 1. All right. Dana, if you would like the other one, just let me know in the chat. Thank you so much.
$32, Amy. And I swear, folks, me and Amy did not plan having similar things tonight.
No, we did not.
Mere coincidence that we had things that were similar. So she has some penguin shakers coming up later. I have some tall ones for you first. So $32 on these. They're in 99% good condition. Although this little beak right here, I want to show you before anybody bids. You can see right there. I'm not going to call these chips. I'm going to call these rubs. If I can get, there you go. If you can just kind of see right there. Come on, camera. You know you want to focus. He has just a little rub right there on his beak. And then there's a little rub right there. So that's the worst of the damage. Now, that's an easy fix, I think. If you use a little bit of black paint and you touch up his mouth there, honestly, you're never going to notice them. But I have to tell you, in all the years that I've collected shakers, I have never had these in my possession. I never knew that these tall boys existed. So
those are really cute.
$32 if anybody is interested. There is a ton of cold paint on these. So each one of the bow ties is cold paint. Outside of the yellow, they do technically fall into your red, white, and blue because there's white details here on the collar. You have the red, and then you have the blue detail around like the little beret that they have on the tops of their heads. So a lot of time with these tall boys, they always, end up getting broke in the neck. There's no damage on these whatsoever, and they are set. And when you pose them, you can pose them facing, kind of kissing, doing whatever you want. And I kind of think this bow is more supposed to be like a feminine bow. That's more of a male bow. It doesn't have to be, but you could have, 2 boys, 2 girls, or a boy and a girl, whatever you want them to be in your display, which that's what I like. I wouldn't want the bows to be identical. So back to this fella. He is your 3-hole. So he is your 3-hole. Paint wear is in very, very good condition for cold paint. He has his original cork stopper. He has his Japan sticker, and then he has a little bit of a stock number there. Sort of looks like a 1976, but that's just part of the stamping on the bottom. So they measure 8 inches tall. So there he is, or she is. So you can see the fun little webbed feet. Cute little penguin. Penguins are even hard to find and collect. You don't find a lot of penguin things. So here is the side of this one. You can see they do have the little tassels for the beret. All this is cold paint. None of it's really missing. There are no chips or issues on the beak of this one. And this one is your 2-hole. Now, that's just a little bit of roughness in the porcelain that they painted over. The eyelashes are fantastic. And then this one has all the red little polka dots on top of the little bit of butter yellow. Stinking cute. I can't with these. I'll get in close. There is some crazing, but nothing too bad. And then this one there, you can see there's the stock number that is stamped on the bottom. He has his Japan label and little cork stopper. So we're in at 35 with Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer, at 35. Blue Wildflower was in at 32. So we're looking for 36 or more. And again, it's going to be on the set of, we always called these tall boys or long neck shakers. So let's go ahead and do a countdown. Active bidders can use a just in case. Looking for 36 or more. And again, just remember this guy here, he has the little rubs there on his beak. Okay. So if you just popped in little rubs there on the beak, let's do it. 36 or more, just in case for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 41 bid end. They stand beautifully. They don't wobble. So as long as you're careful with them, I don't think they're too top heavy. And like I said, the one with the little rub marks there, you just touch that up with a little black paint. You can leave it. But if you put some black paint there, you're never going to even notice that they were there. So, whoo, pew, pew, Nicole with the 41 right before the bid end. Girl, you got fast internet. So, Nicole, they're coming to you for $41. Thank you so much, and congratulations. Thank you all for the bids.
And hello, Christy. Good to see you tonight. And Nikki, welcome in. Yes, that was a pew-pew right there before the bid end. Okay. If you guys have not done a refresh, do that gear wheel icon. Do your playback speed to get caught up. I have noticed how the comments are coming into StreamYard, the delay from how I'm seeing them on my phone. So there is quite a delay tonight. So definitely refresh often. Okay. All right. So I have, this guy is pretty awesome. I have never seen Amie plush before. He's just fantastic. And he's very clean. I could not find him either. Now, really, like the white plush of him is very clean. Okay, very, very clean. I don't like, even the bottom of him is nice and clean as well. He's made by Bantam Toys. All right, he does have his little original tag there. Bantam Toys, made in the USA. I have had some other plush made by Bantam Toys. I cannot remember what it was that I had. I want to say it was a rabbit, maybe, that was made by Bantam Toys. Now, he does have a little, this is wool felt for his little sailor hat. All right, there is a hole right here. Okay, there's a hole right here. And then if I pick this up, you can see there's a little wear to the little tail for the hat. All right, but there is a hole in the hat here, and this is how I found it. And then his little, oh my gosh, his little sailor collar back here also has some wear to it. Okay. But it's got kind of like, it's painted on here. The little stars and the stripes are painted on here. Thank you all so much. Let me get caught up with the chat. But otherwise, he's just very nice and clean. Now, his eyes are plastic. All right, sometimes these can be metal, little discs, but it's plastic. And then there's a very light blue little felt backer there for the eye. He does have kind of red felt, very soft red felt for his mouth. But he's just very, very nice condition. I can't say that I've found very many white plushes over the years that are as clean as this guy.
Nope.
He's a good size too. I really like him. He's awesome. I did contemplate keeping him for a while, but I thought this is the perfect time to bring him. He's a patriotic whale, if I've ever seen one. Now, measurement for him, he is 16.5 inches long. So he's a big guy, and then about 8 inches tall to the top. So 8 inches here, and then 16.5 to his little whale tail. What is he stuffed with? He is not stuffed with styrofoam. He definitely feels like, based on other plush that I sold, it's not sawdust. It's definitely feels like some sort of fiber that is in there. Okay. So Cat Kitty, that's a new name for me. Meow meow. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Has the high bid right now at 40. So we're looking for 41 or more on Mr. Bantam Whale. And again, there are some holes in the felt here on this back and on the hat, right in here and on the little tail. Okay, so there's some wear to the felt there, but overall, I think he's in fantastic shape. All right, let's count him down. And hello, Leslie, good to see you. We are going to count him down. We're looking for 41 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. I can confidently say, as a 42-year-old, I still love stuffed animals.
Hey, as a 45-year-old male, I love them too, Amie. I love them too.
I
Love
have
'em.
no shame. No shame at all. All right.
So good.
All right. There is the whale and anchor bid end from Karen. Thank you so very much. All right. Cat Kitty, your 57 did come in after the bid end. So right before Karen's bid end, we had Nicole in at 41, Cat Kitty at 50, and Miss Robin Watson with a just in case of 53. So Robin, congratulations. Whale is yours for 51. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, before I give you a start price on this, this is going to start a little bit higher, but I took a chance on this because this is the most unique Victorian album I have ever found in my life. It actually fits the time of the year, and I'll explain it to you. It's in very good condition. It does have photos in it, but the weird thing is the photos are from the 40s and the 50s, okay? So I think the family put newer, pictures in it. Plus, it has a working music box, okay? So I want to tell you those things before I tell you the start price. I still think it's a fair price for this album. It's going to start at $68, okay? It has minimal wear. I'll explain to you why I think it can fit in your 4th of July or your patriotic display. It's coming with the pictures. The fabric's in good condition, and there's just a little bit of wear. And quite frankly, I love this piece, and I was so excited that I was able to get it. So here it is with the celluloid front, okay? It actually has a built-in wooden base, okay? So it's actually attached to the wooden base. And then here is the little turn knob for the music box. And the music box does work. We'll try to play Name That Tune really quick if we can. So when I purchased this, it seemed like it was overwhelmed. Then the weirdest thing was, as soon as I opened this, it started to play. So I don't think it's actually meant to play when you open it, but it didn't want to play until I opened it. So let me just show you real quickly. The only bit of wear that we might have is a little bit of crackling here to the wood, but most of all that overlay or, like sort of the decoupage that they did is intact. This side has probably the most chipping to it right there, okay? But it still has all of its little metal, details all the way around. It has all its original wooden feet. Have you ever seen one of the ones with the music box, Amy?
I have, but the music box never works. And it is supposed to play once you open it.
Is it? So now I just gave it a good wind up. So we'll open it in a minute, but I want to show you on the front here. So you have this courting couple who's sitting in this, I don't know, maybe orchard. They're eating cherries. What's more patriotic than George Washington and the cherry tree and eating cherries? Plus you have this like colonial style fella with his colonial style hat right there. There's absolutely no damage to the front of this whatsoever, okay? Even the fabric here on the side is very vibrant with no fading to it. And again, it's in very good condition, and it still has its original clasp right here on the side. So let me open it.
I don't think it plays What's New Pussycat.
No, I don't think it does. So
I don't know.
I can't figure
Somebody's
it out.
going to get it. Somebody always gets it in the chat.
I can't believe it does. I was just going to say it is a very vibrant, old music box that is very loud, and it plays under the chair. Yes, I think it is. I don't know. Could be. I don't honestly, Gavin, I don't know. So let me open it up for you guys so you can see what the inside looks like. So here is your cover page where you open it. And let me show you some of the pictures on the inside. While I show you some of the pictures, the measurements on it are, where are my notes? It measures 12 by 9. So here, the back of this one, so you can see there's actually like the gilding there on the inside, is some of the pictures are going to slip down. But here you have like 1940s style black and whites. Okay, so they're not period correct to it. Each one of these pages has these great metallic style detailed flowers on. So you could take these out and replace these with more period correct cabinet cards if you wanted to. But you are going to get some pictures in there. They're all of this adorable family. I think the pictures are kind of cute. I mean, you could repurpose them in the 1950s if you want, you know, in a 50s kind of frame. But I mean, honest to Pete, when you find these, usually all these pages are kind of disintegrated and in really bad condition. So let me show you there. You can see there's the flowers on the front, and each one of these has it on all of the pages. She doesn't seem too happy. So then let me get back here. We'll go through all of them. One of the pages has some writing on it. So you get back here, you have like the little portrait size. So they did write on that one right there. But I want to get to the back page because then you can see where the music box is, which I really think that's really neat. That you can actually see the music box in there. So again, the back pages are the small little portrait size. And it actually says that it was October of 58. That was second grade, third grade. And then here on the front, it says that this was September of 1956. This was kindergarten. So I believe it was, you know, those little youngsters there in the 1950s. But again, you could fill this with your own collection of cabinet cards. I forget who I saw. Maybe it was
Ariana's
sale where they actually had postcards in it. So I think these do make great postcard holders. I mean, within reason, they are going to slip and slide around. But if you put them in, you know, a sleeve, they're going to stay in there pretty nice. So there, that one is signed there on the back. And it says the child's name, that it was Richard. It was 6 months old in that picture. So that's actually an old colored black and white. So again, it's a Victorian little celluloid. Let me close it. I get so nervous. I don't want to damage these. I mean, they've lived a long time to still work. So let's close it. I'll show you.
Fantastic condition. Like
it is. It's in superb condition. All the gold gilding is intact here on the sides. The only issue you have is a little bit that's flaking right here. But these colors are phenomenal with the flowers. And again, I thought this would be great if you know, decorate for patriotic, especially with the cherry tree and the courting couple. And she has this fun, look at that basket there, full of cherries in her attire. No issues to the front of that. It's just a gorgeous piece. And honestly, this is probably one of the best ones. I don't know. I don't know that it was Stars and Stripes Forever. I don't know, but I will tell you the music box works. So let's go ahead and do a countdown. I saw Dusty Moose had a bid in there. Thank you, Dusty. Did Dusty have a bid in there? No, just Robin in at 68. Okay, so we're looking for 69 or more. Let's go ahead and do a countdown. I must be seeing things. So let's do a countdown. 69 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. There you can see even all the metal is in very good condition all the way around. And then that is the little clasp that unhooks, and then the music box starts to play. I had never seen one that had a music box before. I didn't know they existed. It was new to me. So there's our bid end. Thank you so much. So Robin, happy birthday, by the way, and congratulations. It's coming to you for $68. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
One of my favorite things. Thank you.
Yep, I've seen not very many that have the music box, but they're always broken every time that I've ever seen one.
I loved it.
So that's cool that it works. All right. Parmesan has now graced us with his presence. He is here just in time for a cat item. All right. I do have an Arnart, meow meow, bow tie kitty tonight. And this is a very large cat figurine. And this one was not supposed to have a chained family. You can see the bow tie does not have the loop at the front. This is just a dapper gentleman cat. He's very dapper. So no babies were attached to this one. I do know that there's smaller cats in the same exact sculpt that are about half that size that I have had before, but I've not had this big one before. Now he is the kind of like popcorn textured all the way around. There's no chips on him that I can find. He's very good condition. All right, so all that kind of bumpy texture to him, and then he's just covered with gold accented to the popcorn here at the front. So it just kind of stops at the side. So he does have gold accents. He's even got his cat paws painted gold for the occasion. Now, with the cold paint on the polka dot bow, this is pretty common for these. There is a little scratching in the cold paint on the bow tie, but the face is also cold painted here, and good condition on the face. So kind of like a yellowy green for the eyes in there, lashes and eyebrows for days. So the black, the green, and the gold, and the airbrushing is all cold painted on this guy. Little pops of pink in the ears. Also the gold kind of carries up into the head there. Sometimes it can have issues where there's chipping on the ears. I'm not feeling any chips on him at all. These larger ones are not as easy to come by as some of the larger chain families are, believe it or not. And he doesn't really have much issue to him at all. He's in really good condition. This one has a red Japan. There would have been a blue and silver Arnart foil sticker on the bottom. That is no longer there. But really nice shape on him. Miss Wanda, I see you. Thank you so very much. Kitty here is 6.5 inches tall to the top of the ears and 4 inches at the ears. His ears are actually wider than his hips. He can get all the TV channels with those ears. Good
he
reception.
Looks very Siamese. He has a very kind of Siamese look about him.
He definitely, if I could get Parmesan to wear a bow tie, I'm sure that is what he would look like.
Yes.
All right, Miss Wanda's in. We are looking for 41 or more on the Arnart little speckled cat. All right, I'm going to count him down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meow meow. Bid end. He's just so cute.
I love these textured gold ones. I had a deer once, and
I have some purple back here with Miss Press. Some purple ones that like same sculpt. They just have flowers and the bells that I got from Michael a couple years ago. But there is that bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, so Miss Wanda, you didn't need your just in case. Katie is coming to you. Thank you so much.
$40, Amy, and I have something with a bow tie as well. Now, she does have a chip to her flower, and I'll show you that right out the gate. So she does have a chip here to this little flower right there, okay? But I think if you look at it, it's in a pretty good location that I don't think it's really going to distract from her all that much. But just note before you bid that she does have issues here on those petals. I'm not sure if it's a 2-petal situation or if it's just 1 petal, but there is a chip right there. But honestly, it does not distract from her at all, okay? $40 on the gorgeous head vase. She's one of these big bow tie girls. I'm not going to say she's rare. The only one that you can find online and the one that I found recently was her in pink, okay? She is in purple. She's a very like violet style color. She is made by Relpo, and she has the older font for Relpo, some remnants of an original sticker there on the bottom. But outside of that chipped flower, she is in perfect condition. All of her little metallic bow ties, little polka dots are accounted for on her bow tie. She has a double big bow tie, and then it ties her bonnet to her head. So I do believe, and Amy, correct me if I'm wrong, they did come in different colorways with the hair as well. So depending what you're looking for, I do believe there's a blonde. I think there's like a blonde brunette kind of style. And then you have the girl with the black hair, which that's what she is. So she's very clean on the inside. I do believe she may have been used at one time, but super clean on the inside. All of the other flowers are in superb condition. All of the cold paint is in really good condition. Oh, yes, that's right. They did make them in yellow, Nikki. You're right. There's no real discoloration to the flesh on the face. A lot of times if these are wrapped with newspaper, they can kind of, get discolored. So her blue eyes are just very vibrant. So is the red on her lips with no, paint wear there, and her eyelashes. She is a very nice sized head vase. She would be great on maybe your changing table, maybe your makeup stand. You could use her to hold those kind of things if you want, or just keep her in your collection. She's a medium-sized one. She comes in at 6 inches tall, so she's 6 inches tall. She's 5 inches across. I love the bow tie. The bow tie is my favorite thing, and I love the way the flowers are. Thank you, Nikki. I see you for 40. Of course, with the color on her and it being the purple, she is great. I'm going to tilt her a little bit so you can see it because the light's very bright. She, of course, would be great in your Easter display. You could imagine that she's maybe wearing an Easter bonnet, but I wasn't going to save her for Easter because I think she is fantastic and she can be out all year round. So I'm going to move her around here for a moment so you can see that the little metallic dots are all in very good condition.
She reminds me of Mary Poppins.
You're right, Amy. She does. She does. And the only damage that I could find on her was right there. And truth be told, when I purchased her, I didn't even notice it until I gave it a closer look. Those flowers are all in good condition, and everything else, including those polka dots, are all good to go. So let's do a countdown. A little bit of crazing. Let's count it down. Nikki's holding her in at 40. Nikki said she has a yellow one. I didn't know they made a yellow one. I'm going to have to go look on the internet for it. So looking for 41 or more. Let's count it down just in case for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Looking for 41 or more. The bid end from Karen G. And again, Karen, thank you so much for being our bid ender. I love the big bow. The big, like arced, very sharp edged bow. Because I would put one of those poodles with her, with one of those style bows. So there's the bid end. Nikki Moss, she's coming to you for $40. Thank you so much. You got a sister. You got a sister. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm going to do my July angel next. And this gal has traveled quite a ways. I've been hanging on to her since January. I found her in Nebraska in January. I've been saving her to bring her out, and she is not easy to find. She's made by G Novelty Company, Japan. Does have the foil sticker there. On the bottom, there is a whole series of girl angels in the style. There's also Kewpie style angels that are boys from the same manufacturer. Arnart also did some very similar to this, but this one, she is the July Spaghetti Angel. And hello, I see you guys. Thank you so much. Not really any kind of really major issue on the front here. Again, cold painted, fully cold painted except for the white on this one. There is some wear to the front of the hat, kind of right across the top of the flag there. On that brim of the hat. There are rhinestones present on the front of the hat. Those were the original rhinestones that would have been in there. Spaghetti trim. There's no missing pieces of spaghetti in there. No head repair or wing repair. There is crazing present on the white ceramic, typical for these mid-century ceramics. Not any kind of nicking to the halo up there. I think she's in excellent condition for these particular angels. I love how they painted the face on these particular ones. I mean, I always like the Lefton and the NAPCO month angels, but I just really like how stylized and much larger these ones are compared to the NAPCO and Lefton ones. All right, and it just says July down here. You know, you can use her for 4th of July, or if you know somebody that has a birthday in July or some other special thing that you want to remember, that is what these were for. So overall, good shape on her. I think she is a little bit larger than the NAPCO and Lefton ones as well. She is 5 inches tall and about 2 3/4 at her widest point. Okay, so Miss Suzanne is in at 45, so we're looking for 46 or more on the little G Novelty Company I know that's not a sticker that we see very often. Most often I see that sticker on Christmas pieces, truth be told, rather than anything else. But she does have, I'm seeing right now, there is, oh no, that's just schmutz. I thought I missed a little hairline. It's just sticker residue on there. It's just smudge. I'll get that off there. It was right in here. All right. It's sticky. That's okay. True tell. All right. Let's count her down. We're looking for 46 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid ends. Look how cute this looks.
Looks good.
All of that together. All right. I see you're just in case, Suzanne. Thank you so much. You did, Nikki. I remember you getting all those. All right. Aaron's got a just in case in there. And there is Karen's bid end. All right. So Aaron at Blueberry Barn had a just in case of 55. Miss Suzanne had a just in case of 65. So congratulations for 56. Suzanne Lauber, she is coming to you. Thank you so very much. Suzanne, I think you've purchased from me before. If you haven't, just make sure and email me. I think you have, though. Thank you so much.
All right, my next round, it's hard to come up with a price for these because they're all over the place. You can find them cheaper on the internet, but I'll tell you, when you look, they all have damage. Mine are as pristine as they come, but I think it's a fair price. They're going to start at $68, okay? $68, and I have a pair of the Lefton Bluebird.
Wait, are you doing price on these or they're coming together?
$68. They've lived a life together. They're going to stay together.
All right.
Hopefully some folks will know that they go for more. The only condition issue is there's this teeny, tiny, kind of like with Miss Press, there's always one little spot. So there's a little spot right there on the tip of that wing, and it's literally the size of a pencil tip. So Jennifer, I see you're 68, so we are looking for 69 or more. So you're going to get the Geo Lefton sugar and creamer set. So there's what the bottom looks like. You can see that it does have the Geo Lefton. It does have remnants of the Lefton sticker on it. There is minimal crazing on these. I don't think these were ever used. I think they were just displayed. So what I love about these is they make good figural pieces and they are utilitarian. So there's no chips or cracks, just that little spot that I showed you. This is the creamer. I'm sorry, this is the sugar, and the sugar measures 4 inches tall and it measures 5 inches across. So let me show you here on the inside. The inside is super clean, maybe just a little bit of crazing. We'll go real slow so you guys can see all the great detail. And these are kind of like the Miss Priss. Sometimes you have a darker blue or a lighter blue. These hinge more on the darker blue. So there are all those great paint strokes for all those feathers. Again, no chips or cracks, just that one little speck right here on the tip of that wing. We'll sit the body down and we'll show you the face here. You can see the great detail here from the eyelashes to the flowers. Really good condition. I can't say that enough because usually when you find these pieces, they usually can have all kinds of little chips on those tips, just like the Miss Priss. There's none. Look how clean that is there on the inside. The rim is flawless as well. So we're looking for... I know, Aaron, and I don't want to break them up. I want to keep them together, and I'm sure if folks want to add these, you know, it's a good piece. The only piece of this I have for myself is I have the egg cup. I have one egg cup. That's the only piece in this I have in my collection. So you will get the sugar as well. There is no damage to the sugar at all. You'll hear me say that a couple times because I looked these over. I literally spent almost 20 minutes going over these, trying to find any flaws with them. So usually the beaks seem to get a little chip or damage to them. There's no issues there. There's not even any weird mold roughness. You know, sometimes they painted them a little thin. So here you can see the inside is super clean as well, all the way up into there. This one does remain, still has its original Lefton sticker. And these stickers, the other one would have said Japan. This one also says Japan, and they are marked at Geo Zoltan, right, Amy?
Zoltan.
Zoltan Lefton. So, but the creamer is a little bit smaller in scale than the sugar. He measures 4 inches by 5. So he's 4 by 5. So thank you. I see everybody's bids. I see you, Laura, 71. Laura's back at 76. Cat and the Rabbit was in at 75. And again, you're going to get them both. It will not be choice. So we'll just spin him around here. Hopefully you guys can see how vibrant these are. And honestly, when I purchased them, as I was getting them, I thought I was getting an egg cup and the sugar. I didn't know I was fortunate enough to actually get the cream and the sugar. So let me put the lid on her. Let's go ahead and do a countdown. And again, you're getting them both. We're in at 76. We're looking for 77 or more, and we are doing just in case for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I get so nervous with these. We don't find these here in Pennsylvania. I just don't find the Lefton Bluebirds. I just don't find them. And I just don't want nothing to happen to them. So there is the bid end. So you don't need your just in case. So Laura, they're coming to you. Thank you guys. You're going to Ohio. Thank you guys so much. They're yours for $76. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Well, the couple times that I've been in Pennsylvania, I found a single shaker. I remember I found at the Lincoln Highway Hub, I found a single Bluebird shaker.
Right.
And I think Bill found, like when we were at Black
Swan. Oh, Black Swan.
Yeah.
He found them. Oh, he did.
Yep. But that's it. Like, I agree with that statement. Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to do, I guess I will do my penguins. I will do my penguins here next. And then I have some jewelry for my next round. So these are much harder to come by shakers. I've never found these out and about before. Now I will say that they're the one, this one here, okay, which is why these are not starting higher, has a foot repair. Okay, it's hard to see it from the top, but it has been repaired on the bottom. Okay, right there, there's a line. All right, that whoever had these, they loved them. This is not from the lady that had the 14,000 pairs of shakers. They would have a number on the bottom if they were hers. They were not hers. But she probably would have liked these, or maybe she did have these in her collection at one point. Very hard to find. These are from Empress, Japan. Again, not a name I usually say for kitsch, but there is a foil sticker still on this one. Present, cork bottom. So this one does not have any damage. Okay, this one here is perfect shape. All right, and they are, I think they are supposed to be penguins, just based on the white belly, the black suit, how they're painted, and these are very different. And I've been saving these to do because of their hats. I thought they, they could work in 4th of July. They could work for a little patriotic thing. But I love that they did their lashes in gold paint. There's some bougie penguins. And then they have the polka dot neckties that go around. These guys are 100% cold painted. So in the black here, there's a couple little areas of paint scratching here on the back side. All right, this is the one with the foot repair. I'll show that again. The line goes across right there, but from the top side, you really cannot even see it. Where it's repaired from the top side, and it doesn't affect them standing up at all. Okay, and this one here's the other one. Again, I would say like the cold paint is pretty darn good on these guys. This one has less scratching in the black on the back. There's a couple tiny little flea bite little spots where the paint is scratched, but overall I can't really say that they're in poor condition or anything like that. So we'll get them up here on the board. They are, yeah, somebody wanted to save them. And I think I appreciate that, they didn't just toss them in the trash because one broke his foot. They wanted to save it. All right, Nikki, I see you. Thank you so much. Measurement for these guys, they are 4.5 inches tall by about 2 1/4. Had these not had the foot repair, these usually sell like $75, $80. They're very, very difficult to find.
Mm-hmm.
There are some magpie shakers that Empress made as well, also very difficult to find. But I see Nikki's in at 24. We're looking for 25 or more. I am going to count them down, and we're looking for 25. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, bid end. Excuse me.
It took us forever to get this set, and we finally got this set just a few years ago. I love it.
I really like these two. Oh, Nikki Moss. Battle of the Nickies there. All right, bid end is in there from Karen. All right, so right before Karen's bid end was Nikki Moss at 25. Unfortunately, Nikki, your just in case did come in after the bid end. So Nikki Moss, these guys are yours for 25. Thank you so much.
Again, I just want to take a moment to explain this before I give you a price. This came from an estate. This is kind of folk art, chippy. It's vintage, but yet the person that created it turned this composition doll into an Uncle Sam. So you either love it or you don't. It is adorable. It's in very good condition. It's chippy in the right spots. It will sit, and I think, pretty sure it's one of a kind. It's going to start at $60 if anybody is interested. I do believe that the composition, I've been trying to find a name on it. The composition, I can't find anything, but I do believe that the boy or girl doll is probably from the 1930s. That would be my best guess. So
I love his beard.
The person did, and what I love is that the Uncle Sam is definitely, these are girl shoes, but I love it because I'm here for it. So in transit, I'm sure you will find that some of the paint will chip off, but it is still flesh tone underneath. So the way the doll stands, and this is the way I purchased it, it stands at 27 inches tall. So I'm going to take his or her hat off, okay? So I would display it like this. I sort of like him displayed like this. So the individual did actually attach the beard to the face. I feel like they did a little bit of touching up to the eyes, but everything else is original on it. Of course, the flag's going to come with it. The full body, the full attire, like the shirt and the jacket, you can take it off if you want. The pants are on. I will show you that the legs are composition all the way up, and I don't want to rip the pants, but they go all the way up, and then that's where it attaches to the fabric part of the body, okay? So if you guys know more about dolls than I do, maybe that helps you date it. Maybe it helps you know exactly what it is. So, but I will tell you that some of the flesh tone paint is chipping off. So when you unwrap it, you might get little pieces of paint that come off. Like as I'm showing him, one little piece came off right here. So but other than that, and it's coming off, only there on the feet. You can see the hands are the composition as well. There's no breakage to it. There's a little bit of paint wear there. There is a little paint wear here on his hand. And then, of course, he's a Yankee Doodle Dandy all the way to his whole flag. And then we'll get in as close as we can on the face. I had this guy for sale at the store, and nobody, I think, appreciated him at Mother Tucker. So I was like, Amie said about doing some patriotic, and I thought, yep, he's going to find a home here tonight with us. So it is a fabric hat. I do believe some of the attire is more contemporary, but I think it just all fits together and gives a great look. These buttons are like vintage era kind of buttons. They're not Bakelite, but they are kind of the
shell. They look like mother of pearl.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. They are like the mother of pearl. Thank you, Amie. Words are tough. Again, the beard is attached, so that's on there, and that's just the way he is. So he does sit. So the way he's jointed, he will sit in your display. And when he stands, he comes in at a whopping 27 inches tall. So let's go ahead and start a countdown on this fella. He's definitely one of a kind. I'm calling him folk art because whoever created him put a lot of work into that. So if you want a one of a kind Uncle Sam, I think you're going to get it. So let's count it down. Dusty's in at 61. So we'll count it down from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I see you're just in case, Dusty. Thank you so much. Again, no one else is going to have this. And I think that's what makes collecting. Like, yeah. I mean, you don't want what everyone else has. You don't want the Target style stuff. So there is our bid end. Thank you so much, Dusty. I don't think you needed him. He's yours for 61. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
You down, buddy.
He's very cool. Very cool.
Definitely one of a kind.
Okay. Oh, I have a choice. I said I was going to do jewelry, so I'm going to do that next. And I have some brooches tonight. I have 2. And they're both rhinestones, all right, and both a little bit different style. But I thought they worked. They worked with the stuff tonight. So the first one I have is blue rhinestones. Woo! I love it. I love this color.
Oh, that's so icy.
It's a very vibrant blue. All right. Come on, camera. I really want it to focus because it's very detailed, high quality piece. Well, shoot. All right. Well, yeah, I'm touching on those and they're not staying lit. All right. So there's number 1, which is blue. All right. And it is, if it would focus for me, then I could tell you. It is all prong set in there. Very nice petaling on the backside for the brooch. There is a safety clasp, although you can't see it, of course. So there is a safety clasp here in good working condition. Nice petaling on the back. It is just a stunner blue. There we go. It's finally focusing for me. All right, so blue rhinestones in a couple different shapes in there, and there's very itty bitty little kind of lighter blue with Aurora Borealis applied to it in the very center there, surrounding that bigger one in the center. It does have some dimension to it. All right, and just really pretty blue. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, it looks
definitely
really nice with that. And then the second choice is white rhinestones. All right, white rhinestones. And I brought this one because it reminds me of a firework because of the starburst there. Again, very high quality, really super sparkly, just all white rhinestones, no AB, no Aurora Borealis on this one. It's just really nicely high quality made. Again, all prong set on all of those rhinestones. Woo, it's a sparkler. This one also has safety clasp on the back, really nice petaling as well. So this one is the one that had the silver in it, but look how, like, it just looks like a firework. And that's why I brought this one tonight, because it definitely looks like, just like the background that we have there, exploding in the sky. But there they are together. All right. Blue, so just 2 for choice. The blue rhinestone is 1.5 inches in diameter, and the white one is 1 3/4. So the starburst is just slightly larger than the blue one, but they look pretty darn good together as well. All right, let me get caught up on the chat. I see Lisa and Vintage Rose, and Robin right now has got the high bid at 19. No missing stones on either one of them. Just really nice. Neither one of them have a signature or anything like that on the backside. No markings of any kind, but very high quality costume for sure. All right, so Vintage Rose is back in at 21, so we're looking for 22 or more on choice. Let's count them down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
You can see it. They both look like firecrackers. Honestly, even the blue one.
I wish I had a red one too, but I didn't. I looked. I tried to find another one, but I didn't. I know, Buttermilk. I tried my best, but I didn't find a nice red one. All right, there's the bed end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right. So Miss Lisa Day had a just in case of 31, but Robin had a just in case of 42. So Robin for 32, let me know if you want blue or white or both. And if Robin doesn't take both, Lisa, you are on deck, and then we'll go back to Vintage Rose. It's definitely true like blue. It's not like lighter blue. It's definitely showing pretty true to color on screen there. All right, Robin is taking the fireworks. She's taking the white one. You got it. Thank you so much. All right, so Lisa, if you want the blue one, let me know. Otherwise, it will go back to Vintage Rose. And I think that was everybody that was bidding. I can just watch the chat. Yes for blue. Yay, hooray. Thank you so much. All right.
$30, Amy. $30, Amy. And when I think about glass, now I did bring another glass piece. $30. When I think about good glass pieces to add into a 4th of July, it's always moon and star. Of course, star because it's very patriotic. But this is a covered compote made by L.E. Smith. I'm not going to say it's rare, but for a real limited time, they made true ruby red pieces. So 9 out of 10 times you find the Amberina that they made, but it is very hard to find a true red ruby piece of L.E. Smith. As a matter of fact, the few that I've ever found, I've always held them for Christmas time or for this time of the year because they're stunning. There are no chips to this. I will show you usually here, it gets little chips on the little teeth. There are no chips on this whatsoever. It is a beautiful covered compote, and it measures 10 inches tall. So there is a little bit of cadmium in it, so it will glow just a little bit, but you're not going to get that amberina, that yellow to orange to red, because this is ruby. I've never been able to pinpoint exactly when they did it. I feel like it was like into the 60s, into the 70s. There was a short time that they did just these real red, ruby red pieces. It's not flashed. It's true red glass. So I see you, Jennifer, at 30. Sandra's in at 35. I will show you here. There are no chips at all to the little teeth part that fit in. And if you guys aren't familiar,
this is not flash glass.
No, this is right. It's not flash. That's true ruby glass. You can clean this all day long and none of it's coming off. So if you take your black light and you hold it really close, the only cadmium that's going to glow is right here in the round part. But if you look online trying to find, no Vintage Rose, no, it's not painted at all. This is true ruby red glass. So, and even when I hold it, there is no really orange or yellow coming through. Again, I use it lightly. I don't want to say it's rare. It's harder to find the true red ruby moon and star pieces. So here is your underside. There are no chips, like I said, anywhere here. Usually, because of the way they get sat down, they do get chipped. If you don't want to display it with the lid on, you don't have to. You can display it as an open compote. Again, most folks, the moon and star this isn't the moon. Some folks think that's the moon and that's the star. It's close, but when LG Wright made the pattern, this right here designated for the round part was the moon, the center was the star part. So then you do know that the molds here in the center are usually by LG Wright, or when they're colored glass like this, they are L.A. Smith because they're squared. If you ever find them that they're spiraled in the middle, usually that's made by Kanawaha glass. And some of the other ones did some different things here in this pedestal sort of part. So there's your underside. No chips or cracks there whatsoever. There's little to no straw marks on this one. This is a very nice molded piece. Straw marks is usually when the mold has been, pressed multiple times. You do get some of those, quote, imperfections, but that's part of the process. So this right here is just like fingerprint smudges in there. There's no ear, sickness to the glass. That's just from my fingerprints holding it. So there is your base. Here is your top with no chips or cracks. If you're fortunate enough to find yourself a milk glass one of these and to find one in the blue, these would look fantastic for the 4th of July. Especially the hardest one, believe it or not, is going to be the milk glass and the true ruby one. You will be able to find a clear one if you want to use that as your white, piece in your display for the red, white, and blue. This also looks very nice at Christmas time. Again, one of my favorite colors by L.E. Smith when it comes to the moon and star is the true ruby red pieces that they made. So let's go ahead and do a countdown. Again, it's 10 inches tall, no chips or cracks. It is Ellie, Smith, Moon, and Star. Sandra's holding it at 35, 36 or more. We are doing just in case for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. This does pair well with the ruby red of Viking and other glass manufacturers, so it's a good complementary piece to go with, other pieces of ruby glass. So let's sit it down while they come in. Nikki, I saw your 36. Sandra had a 38. Vintage Rose, I see you're just in case of 48. Nikki had a just in case of 49, but Jennifer had a just in case of 53. So for $50, Jennifer, congratulations. It's coming to you, and thank you so much. Thank you all for the bids.
Congratulations. All right. Okay, I have been looking for one of these for a very long time. I knew they were out there. I've actually, Ariana has a few in her collection. I think she's actually brought them before to a sale, something I found over the weekend. And actually, like we had said that Jason and I brought stuff tonight, like that we didn't like talk about what we were bringing.
No.
So Jason actually has one of these as well tonight. His is a little smaller than mine, but this was exciting to find. So first off, we have a giant peanut, right?
I love it.
Giant peanut. It is like paper pulp peanut, so similar to what the like jack-o'-lantern pumpkin buckets and those sort of things are made out of. All right, so giant peanut, and then we see there's a little string, okay, and on the inside there's a baby in there.
I love this.
I love it so much. I like literally I thought I would find one of these at the doll shows that we go to, and I just haven't seen one. And I cannot remember what the writing on these. So there's a little celluloid baby, and we'll take her out. All right, so she is, so there is a little sticker at the end, and it's a little bent over, so we'll bend it up. And it says patent pending down here. It says made in Japan at the very end. And then there's these little, you'll do better at, I can't remember what that says. There, but it would have like held the peanut like halves together,
Gotcha.
And then you would have to cut it open to get the baby out. All right. So I'm glad that you guys like this weird stuff, because like I've been literally looking for one of these forever. So on the inside, there's a little celluloid, little baby. I'm not sure if somebody made the little dress for the baby or not, if that is the original outfit, but it is a little celluloid jointed baby. So we have jointed arms, and you got to really peek under there, but there is some feet. The dress is significantly longer than the feet of the baby, but if we look under there, like the baby's even got little pants on underneath the dress. And I suspect because the peanut is stamped made in Japan, that the celluloid dolly is also stamped. Usually on the back side is where it says Japan on the back. All right, so the peanuts, hello Renee, welcome in. The peanut is 5 1/4. All right, 5 1/4, and then the baby is about 4.5 inches. All right, so it's kind of like it's just like a little bed, a little peanut bed. She just fits in there, just perfect. I just love it. So weird. Like when I bought this, I had it shut like this, and the lady at the checkout, because the tag was on the inside, she was like, "Is that a giant peanut?" I was like, "There's a baby in there." She opened it. She said, "Oh my goodness, I've never seen anything like that." I said, "I know, it's weird, and I love it." All right, the Cat and the Rabbit is in at 26, and Jason also has Peanut Baby as well. I think yours is just a little smaller than this one.
Yes. Yep.
A different style baby too.
Yes.
So Jason also has one. All right. So Cat and a Rabbit is in at 26. So we're looking for 27 or more. And I'm going to count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Baby bid end. So weird.
The weird ones are, I've seen them that they have soap babies in them. Have you ever
Soap
seen the
babies,
ones with
yes.
soap babies in
I
them?
have found some of those as well. Yes.
Could you imagine bathing with a little baby? That's so
No.
weird.
No. Okay, there is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, so MJ had a just in case of 30 in there, but the cat and the rabbit had a just in case of 50. So the cat and the rabbit, it is yours for 31. Thank you so much. All right.
Okay. My next round is going to be $18 choice. Okay. These are hard to find because little children played with them. You can do whatever you want with these. I'll show them to you. Whoever had these before actually put these in protective sleeves so you can display them. So there'll be $18 choice. These are vintage children menus from restaurants. And what they are is they are little ships that you would have put together. So these are unused. So like you can, the preparations for little paper dolls, these are little paper ships, okay? This first one is from the Bicentennial 1976. They were so methodical on saving it. They actually then on the flip side, they have the instructions on how to put the paper ship together. So $18 choice. I have 3 of them for you to choose from. This first one here is from a restaurant called Mr. Steak. I've never personally been to a Mr. Steak, but I have heard of them. So here again, these are little menus. So they would have been for the children. So it would have been their soft drinks and how much they were. This would be some of their little different entrees. So this crosses over for ephemera lovers who collect menus. And then this also crosses over for ephemera folks who it becomes like a toy. So this would have been a toy. So these are all perforated. So you would have pulled out the bow of the ship here. And then, of course, Spirit of 76 children's menu. And then up here it says like the Skippers. This is Skipper's Treasures. You could get chicken. It was a delicious piece of fried chicken served with whipped potatoes, gravy, and fruit. That was a whopping 39 cents.
That sounds wonderful.
That was a whopping 39 cents. Then they have different things up here. So you can get the Captain's Feast. You can get Snow White and the Little Shrimp. Snow White and the Little Shrimp. That was one of their meals. So they're all on here. So then these are all of the words are hard. So this would have been the mast for the ship. That would have been your what are these called, Amy? They're at the top of the ship that the air. So they're
the sail.
Sails. Thank you, man. It's been a long day for Jason. So this would be your first choice at 18. And again, it is a menu. And then you would have perforated all the parts and you could have made your own little ship. So if you want to make the little ship, you can do that. And then there's the directions on that. So that one we're calling Mr. Steak. This one here is actually from the Hilton. So if the child stayed at the Hilton, they would have been given this little menu here. So again, you have a little ship down there. That's the bottom of the ship. So this is Hilton's 7 C's. What does that say? 7 C's tummy treat. 7 C's tummy treats.
The tummy treat.
Yep. And then it had all the different, menu items. So you had the Pirate's Munch. So it was a cup of soup, chopped steak, mashed potatoes, and onion rings for $2.75. So again,
hungry, Jason.
All the parts of the ship that you could put together. I know it looks a little weird, but then again, there are the instructions on how you put the little ship together. So it's amazing that these have stood the test of time. I don't know that I've ever been able to offer anything like this. I think it's really fun, these children menus. This one here is have you ever seen these when you've been out and about, Amy?
I have never seen them. No.
I know that in my shop, a lot of these children menus can be really, really collectible. So this one we're going to call Pirate. I'm not too sure. Mr. Steak in Waterloo, my parents took us there. I know that I've heard of them, Nikki, but I was never at one. Never was at one, never knew anywhere. I think it's regional, and I think you're right. I don't think they were here on the East Coast. They may have been under another name. Here, this one is just a generic one almost, which would have been just used, and it has a pirate on it. So here you can see the fun pirate. They're all from the 1970s. And then you have the Pirate's Delight, which was sliced turkey on white bread, served with hot gravy, served with mashed potatoes and cranberry sauce, and your choice of beverage. So Again, I thought these would be great, especially with summertime coming. You could work these into your displays. You could actually put them together and you could use them in your display. So what you're going to do is you're going to, punch this out like a paper doll. You're going to punch the bottom of the boat out, and then you're going to have all the other pieces. And the person who collected this actually kept the original instructions for each and every single one of them. So I'll show them to you again. If you didn't want to do that, I could imagine these would be really fun framed. We framed menus, and we actually framed placemats in our kitchen as part of our decor. So this
one, ship, fill them up.
Exactly.
I love the names of the ships.
Yep. I love it. I think it's kitschy. I think it's neat. And I can tell you, you're not going to find these anywhere else on the internet. And the fact that these weren't played with and punched out, I think is amazing. So this one is Pirate. And again, they're $18 choice. They're already ready to go. They already have the protective sleeves on. So that one is Pirate. Then this one we're calling Hilton, which I think it's amazing because I didn't even know that many Hiltons had these kind of restaurants in them. And again, they're very patriotic colors, I think. Very patriotic colors. So then this one we're going to call Hilton. Look at the graphics up there with the little pirate if my camera wants to focus. I just think they're kitschy, great, 1970s, which I think we all kind of vaguely remember that, and into the early 80s. And then this is the one I did preview. This one is from 1976. This one also crosses over if you collect bicentennial pieces and is your Spirit of 1976 from Mr. Steak. But nobody's interested, and that's okay. We'll sit them to the side. Maybe I'll put them together and put them in my mermaid bathroom. But we'll bring them back if anyone's interested.
No, I've never seen anything like that. Okay, I have a little Nancy Ann tonight, and I thought I'd bring her because she's definitely dressed for the occasion, I think. So she is fully jointed, okay, which I don't get to say very often. All right, so she can sit. I think I had her sitting in my preview. So she can sit. Most of them are frozen leg, but she is fully jointed. Actually, no. Her head is not jointed. I apologize. They did make fully jointed ones, but her legs and arms are jointed on this one. Okay. Debbie, I see you. Thank you so much. She is Little Miss School Days. All right. She is number 117. She does still have her little armband right there. So she's 5 1/4 inches tall when she is standing, but like I said, she is jointed. And so she has like a little red gingham dress. And then this is kind of like a light blushy pink for the top and her little apron there. Pink ribbon in her hair and the quintessential little black flat shoes. Safety pin on the back. That was very common for these. They did actually produce them that way. She is stamped Nancy Ann Storybook Doll. So from the 40s. And I did have my book out here because there's lots of different variations of School Days. Lots of cute different ones. And this one here is the one in the corner, although the one in the book has the brunette hair instead of the blonde. But lots of different variations for Little Miss School Days. So I think you could even have a collection of just all of the same one, and they would all be totally different. But I like that she's jointed, so she can sit and pose how that you would like in front of something else. I just thought she looks like she's going on a picnic.
She
That's
does.
kind of like why I wanted to bring her tonight. So Sandra, I see at 18. Thank you so much. We're looking for 19 or more. Robin just popped in there with a 19, so we're looking for 20 or more. I am going to count her down so we can keep it moving. We're looking for 20 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. There's already back to school stuff in some of the stores. I'm like, didn't they just get out of school?
Some of them already have fallen Halloween.
Back to school already. It's crazy.
Some of them have fallen Halloween out already.
I heard that too. Okay, bid end is in there from Karen. Thank you so much. All right. So looks like highest just in case was Robin at 27, but Debbie had a just in case of 45. So Debbie, it's yours for 28. Thank you so much. Still in school, Karen. Oh yeah, that's right. You said that they were still in school till
Yeah, some of them
almost
are.
end of June. That's great. That's really late. That seems like really late to me.
I know.
Yeah, Hobby Lobby has
Yeah.
the like Thanksgiving and
Yeah.
Christmas out already. Like,
Nothing's sacred anymore. Nothing.
no. They might as well just leave all the holidays out at this point.
They might as well. They might as
Now.
well.
Yep.
$18, Amy. We'll see if anyone's interested in these. I actually found these today. So it is this fun little bride and groom, sticking with my June. You know, a lot of folks decorate with brides and grooms for June. This is the Kissing Couple salt and pepper shaker on the bench. So $18. These are in superb condition, and I'll also explain to you why. Usually when you find these sets, her veil is missing, okay? She has her original veil here. Let's see if we can pull this up a little bit so you can see how cute her face is. And this is the cute little kissing couple. So she has her veil. These are salt and pepper shakers. So there are the holes right back there. If you don't want them on the bench, they can be shelf sitters as well. So you can see they are marked Japan with the original cork. And the shakers measure just about 5 inches tall. So believe it or not, this little set of shakers is a little harder to find. This one is, if you collect these kissing ones, this bride and groom set doesn't come around all that often. So here is your little groom. He is in superb condition, even his little flower. And now I'm looking, no, that scared me for a minute. That's his little button right there. His little button right there in the center. I thought maybe he was missing a flower, but he has his little lapel flower right there. He's holding his fun little cap. And there he is. And he kind of is like a brownish blonde kind of hair color. And she's definitely a blonde. So there you can see the 3 holes. You can see it has its original little cork stopper. Also, the benches are almost always missing. This is the original bench. It is marked Japan. And of course, it is made of wood. These benches are fun. At least if you have one in your collection, you can rotate. You know, if you have Mr. and Mrs. Claus, maybe you have, I don't know, the St. Patrick's Day or the Valentine's Day couple. And if you don't have the bench, at least you have this. You can mix them, you know, in and out of your different displays. So you get the wooden bench, and that one is just kind of in the wood tone. Again, here is your groom. No chips or cracks. All of the cold paint is in remarkable condition. Maybe a little missing right back there, but overall really good. You can see he has his striped dapper dress pants on. And then the big selling point is when you find these brides, usually the fabric veil is missing and her spaghetti is all intact with no chips or cracks. So let's do a countdown. We got Vintage Rose in at 19. We're looking for 20 or more. We'll put them back on their bench and count it down just in case for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. And the groom is almost 100%. Well, I say he's 90% cold paint. So the fact that all that cold paint is still pretty much intact is really fun. And this is a set that I couldn't even find for my own collection. So there's the bid end. So,
all right. So Karen had it just in case of 25.
Yes.
Vintage Rose had it just in case of 32. There's my bid end.
Yeah.
Karen, you came in after the bid end.
So
Unfortunately,
26.
so Vintage Rose is the winner.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies, so much. Thank you, Vintage Rose.
Okay. All right. I have a book for my next round. Okay. And it's going to start at 10. I brought this one tonight. I've never had this particular book before, but I thought it did the trick for the theme that I had going on tonight. And it does have some wear. All right, truth be told, it does have some wear to the cover. Okay, there's some tearing, there's some wear on it, but I loved it, and I love the inside of it as well. So it is 1942. Whitman Publishing, Tiny Tots. It is that linen-like, so the paper meant to mimic fabric there. I loved this for the backdrop of something. Good. And the little Scotty dog. It's even cute on the back cover. Look how cute that is on the back.
Good. I love it.
And the little Scotty dog's got his little flag. He's ready for the parade. All right, so because it does have some wear, that's why it's starting a little bit lower. All right, but the inside's really, really cute. Okay, and like I said, I had not seen this one. I'd never run across this one before. I love this one where they're playing at the beach. I absolutely love that. That was so cute. The boat and the turtle and the shovel. So there are several pages in there that have just some little tears on the edging. So all the little scenes, they kind of pick out the little image in there and tell you little things that are in it, which I like. And look at that purple car.
I love that. And
he's fantastic. It's Jason.
Look out, squirrel. Look out, squirrel.
He's from Jersey Shore. Watch out. Watch out.
Oh my gosh.
Love that. And then we've got some winter scenes in here.
Good.
The little sledding. Just super cute. I had to pick it up. I picked it up strictly for the cover, but then once I opened it up, I really liked the graphics that were on the inside too. So Angela's got the high bid right now at 15. I'll show you the other ones that we go, and then we will count it down. Really cute. She's having a little tea party with an elephant and a monkey. Super cute.
He did, Lisa. He did.
Look at the birthday and the little meow meow.
Yeah.
Little kitty. And this one's super sweet too. They're cutting out a little dolly, and I love that back cover. All right. Yeah, super cute. All right, MJ, I see it at 16. Thank you so much. And my next round, I'm bringing this too, which I had in my preview. I had displayed with this because I thought it looked cute. The little dolly in her striped dress.
It does.
I had that. So that'll be my next round. All right, so MJ right now has got the high bid at 16. So we're looking for 17 or more. Again, from 1942, it's a Whitman Publishing. It's 13 by 9 and a half. All right, but there is some tearing again on this edging and that little missing piece there at the top. All right, let's count it down. We're looking for 17 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
I have never seen this book before, ever. So good.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, you guys. We appreciate you being here. All right. Bid end is in there from Karen. Thank you so much. All right. MJ, your just in case did come in after the bid end. So Angela had the highest bid at 18, but Miss Robin had a just in case of 32. So Robin, it's yours for 19. Thank you so much.
Like Amy said, I have my little peanut baby too, and you're going to get both of these for 14. So I'll start mine at $14. So I have two of these little peanuts that you're going to get for 14. One does not have anything in it, but it is the same exact, version. This probably had a larger doll in it. So for your 14, you will get the large one, but then you'll also get the small one, which has the baby in it. Okay. So the small one measures 3.5 inches, and it is the same cardboard, paper mache style peanut, just like Amy's. You open it up, and mine is on the inside. I don't have any, you can kind of maybe tell that there was some remnants of something stuck in there, but there's nothing left on mine like Amy had the tags. My little baby comes out here. He doesn't have the same exact attire that Amy's does. Him's just a little dude here with his little
he's got a big old safety pin.
And his diaper pulled up to his noonie pies. I swear. It's all the way up. So here the little baby is marked. It says back here, what did it say? It says Japan, but up top it said something about trademark. That's right. So back here it says trademark, and then it has that design, and then underneath you'll start to see the sculpt where it says made in Japan. So little baby is about 3 inches tall. So little baby's in good condition. So you get 3-inch little plastic baby, which is jointed. You're going to get his little home, which is his little peanut shell. I think these are fun if you're not going to just use them. Me and Amy were talking about it before the sale. If you're not going to use it for the purpose of the baby in it, these would be fun to use in, like, bring out your, peanuts and Cracker Jacks. peanuts were kind of an old summertime, not summertime snack. You could mix this in with your patriotic, your picnic kind of thing, even if you do like a baseball display. So you get that one. Baby, like I said, on the inside, 3 inches. That little peanut is 3.5. And then you're also going to get the larger one. So if you happen to have another doll, you could go ahead and pop it in the larger one. I tried to put the smaller one inside. It just didn't fit. I was kind of hoping I could nest those all together. So there is the inside of your larger one. And that larger one measures 5 inches. So there's a little splitting right there. But other than that, it's in superb condition. So you're getting one without a baby in it. Large one, probably exact same size as Amy's, and the smaller one. So Robin is in at 14. I saw everybody else's bids from Terry to Wendy. Let's go ahead and count these down, looking for 18 or more, just in case for active bidders. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I just think these are so cool. And there's so many different decorative things you can do with them. They just have a fun look. Like if you collect planters things, you could use it in a planters display. Baseball, put it next to your picnic baskets. They're just really, really fun. So there's the bid end. Thank you so much, Karen G. With everybody's just in case, it looks like over top of Wendy's, 28. Robin, they're coming to you for $29. Thank you guys so much. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Okay. All right. Let's see. I've got that baby. I just did a sneak peek for. And she is going to be next. All right. So this is actually a little Irwin. So like the harder plastic Q piece that I like, but this is an Irwin baby. All right. And you can see she's got Betty by eyes. All right. So she does have little movable eyes. So when you lay her down, she closes her eyes. She is fully jointed. All right. So her arms are jointed. Her head is not, but her legs are. So she can sit. And I found her in this dress months and months ago. I thought that she would be great for summertime because it looks like she's in a little bathing suit. I really like that. Now, I'll show you the back. So this was what I found her in. I don't know if this was like some other doll's outfit or that's what she originally came in. But she has stamped Irwin here on the back. All right. Let me get caught up on the chat. All right. So, and she even has underneath, she's got the little bloomers on under there too. So she cannot, well, she can't really stand on her own, I would say. She's kind of pigeon-toed a little bit. So if you wanted to have her stand, she probably would need the aid of a doll stand. All right, but she does sit really well. And I'm also including a little plastic watering can because I thought that looked cute. Again, beachy kind of theme or gardening. That's kind of what I was thinking. Or summertime with her little watering can. So I'm going to include that with it because I thought it looked cute. All right. Measurement for her, she is, let me get caught up there. Wendy's got the high bid at 15. She does measure 8 3/4 inches tall, fully outstretched, and about 4.5 inches when she is sitting. And she's about 4.5 inches wide when she's sitting. All right. So you're going to get the little watering can too. And I love her little blue eyeballs. But yeah, she does close them. And she's got definitely some chubby cheeks. And I like how they molded the hair in her too. All right, so let's count her down. We're looking for 16 or more on the little Irwin babe. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
I have never seen this style Irwin.
I hadn't seen this before either. I really had not. Like, I don't know if that's, I don't think that's maybe not her original outfit. I'm not really sure. I cannot tell. All right. Bid end is in there from Karen. Thank you so much. All right. Aaron at Blueberry Barn, your just in case did come in after the bid end. So Wendy had a just in case of 26, but Robin had a just in case of 33. So Robin, it's yours for 27. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, $14. And I have from the 1960s, and it's new old stock because we actually took it out of the box tonight, a piece of Sarah Coventry. It is a brooch. It is a very mid-century style fish. You can see right there. It comes with its original box, so $14, and it is actually called the tiger fish. So it is the tiger fish right there. I'll quickly show you what I love is you get the original 1960s Sarah Coventry box, which has that great 1960s font to it. Back here, it says Sarah Coventry, the made, incorporated from Newark, New York State. And then it also says that it was made in the United States. So you'll get the box. So for $14, you're going to get this. Look at that. It's like a tiger's eye. And it's this fun mid-century pendant. So it hangs. And it has this pearl eye on the fish. It's in very good condition. No issues whatsoever because we just took it out of its box. So these are fun. You can either wear them or you can use them in your displays. So the fish measures roughly 3 inches long. I don't think you can get much more mid-century Mad Men 1960s than this, especially with all the great detail of the gold. Again, no issues whatsoever. It is marked right here, if it wants to focus, Coventry. So it is marked Sarah Coventry. Fish measures 3 inches long. And then the original chain for it, now remember the chain isn't gold, but it is, costume jewelry, and it is metal. It measures 24 inches, 24 inches, and the clasp is in super good condition. It's going to look great in your displays. It's going to look great. I know some folks can hang these on the wall, and if you're going to wear this summer, I think this is just a gorgeous, very bougie mod style pendant. I just love it. Look at that face. Look, you can see me. Look, I'm inside the fish, Amy. The fish ate me. I'm inside the
You're
fish.
in the belly of the beast.
I mean, if you guys have some of those pieces of jewelry, whether you have earrings or you have rings, it's going to match with that beautifully. And that's that tiger eye. It's almost, I forget what else they attribute that color to. But it's that buttery, like yellowy kind of caramel look to it. And of course, that's all metal. And then the center, I think it's like an acrylic or a plastic that they used. And it, of course, is the tiger fish with the tiger's eye, which is what they use. Tortoise shell. That's the word I was looking for. It kind of has a tortoise shell.
See that on sunglasses a lot.
Yep, kind of a tortoise shell feel to it. And then when you're wearing it, it's going to look like this. I just think it's a fun pendant, super mid-century, definitely very classy. So let's go ahead and do a countdown on this. I see you, Robin, at 14. We're looking for 15 or more. 3 inches on the fish, and the chain comes in at a total measurement of just about 24 inches. So let's count it down. 15 or more, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end with the original 1960s Sarah Coventry box. There's a little bit of wear to it, and you're going to get the original flocked piece that shows exactly what number it was, and it's called the tiger fish. So there's our bid end. Robin, you didn't need it. Congratulations. I think this is one of the most fun things I had tonight. And Robin, really, it's yours. Cool. It's yours for 14. Thank you so much.
Really cool. Okay. I haven't brought one of these to the sale in quite a long time. Truth be told, the last couple that I have seen of these have not been in very good condition. And I do collect these myself, but I have two, and I'll show you a picture in a second. But I do have a Made sprinkler. So this is a laundry sprinkler bottle, and these are called Maids. Maybe some of you will recognize these, but they did come in a whole bunch of different colorways. And it is plastic, so hard plastic, and she has a sprinkler bottle. All right, she does have her cap still with, so you're meant to either put water in here to sprinkle on before you ironed. And some people also use these for some sort of detergent bottle, and actually put cleanser in these. There's also ceramic versions. There's also glass versions of these, but these are the OG plastic ones. And she's got still a lot of good paint left on her. I have one that has good paint, and I have one that the paint is mostly gone. But she's got like a little apron in red, her little neckerchief in black, and then she does have painting on her face as well. Sometimes these can crack where they are at the seams. She is good condition, no cracking on her at all on the back. This is made in the USA. It is stamped kind of right in here, made USA there on the back. But I'm going to show you my laundry room. And there it is. So I have two, actually. Well, let me take that off there. I have two in my laundry room. You can see there's one on the bottom of the shelf that's red, and she does barely have any paint left. And then up in the upper right corner, there is a turquoise one. So of all the colorways that they produced for these, some of the harder to find colors are turquoise, pink, and the yellow one actually is very hard to find with paint still left on her. I have usually run across these and it's missing all the paint. All right, so it is hard plastic. I've seen lots of people decorate with these in kitchens as well, although she's a laundry kind of thing or a cleaning kind of thing. I have seen these a lot of times displayed in kitchens as well, with different kind of plastic salt and pepper shakers. Measurement for her, she is 6 3/4 by 3.5. She does date to the 50s, 1950s on her. And I want to say that I think there's 8 different colors. I could be wrong with that, but I've seen a lot of different ones. And sometimes they can have different colors painted for their aprons as well. And there's white ones. There's also white plastic ones too. Yep. All right, so Miss Robin's in at 18. Thank you so much. So we're looking for 19 or more on the Miss Mary Maid shaker. All right, we're going to count her down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. That's actually a really old photo. I had to really dig in my phone for that one. That's an older picture. I've actually changed that up a little bit since I took that picture. I think that was from a couple of years ago. All right. All right, y'all. All right, there's the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, so hello, Miss Dawn. Came in there with a 19. Robin had a just in case of 22, but Erin came back in there with a straight bid of 23 right before Karen's bid end. And Robin, unfortunately, your 25 did come in after the bid end. So Erin, it is yours for 23. Thank you so much.
$18, Amy, and I sold you guys a piece of jewelry, and I thought I'd bring you my jewelry box for the evening. So,
what did you say? I'm sorry.
$18. $18. Hello, Pammy. Good to see you.
Hi, Pammy Whammy.
18. If anybody is interested, I do believe this is from the 1960s. It has that kind of Italian throwback kind of feel with a little flair of Victorian in it. These are actually little fabric tufted little pieces that are here in the center of the doors. So you kind of have the dancing nymphs a little bit. Then you have maybe the courting couple in there. This is all wood, and there's metal handles, little metal door pulls there. It is a music box as well, and the music box does work. So before I open this up, I'll show you the outside and give you some measurements. There are no chips or cracks to the piece. It is made of wood. So it is all made of wood, and it has this great sort of patina, antiquing kind of feel to it. I believe maybe with what kind of sticker may have been under there, I believe it's 1960s kind of made in Japan. Although it has great inlay detail and antiquing to it with all these flowers. So I'm going to just rev up the music box a little bit. This is so high end that it does have these little rollers here. I will show you inside the door. So it has little rollers right there, so the doors pop open. And as I open it up, the measurements on it, it measures 8 inches tall. And with the doors closed, it measures 8.5 inches across. So all of the drawers open up. I'll pull this one out and show you. It's very clean on the inside. All right, super clean on the inside. I'll leave that one out because you got to pull the bottom one out, and then the music box plays. It's a small world? Is that what it's playing?
No, no, it's not that.
No, it's not.
Janine says love story.
Okay, it could be. And you can see all the drawers are clean on the inside. They're in very good condition. We'll put that bottom one back in.
Love story.
Okay. So
Whammy, love story. All right.
Again, these are fun little jewelry boxes. You can fill them with all sorts of little tchotchkes, all sorts of little things. I do believe it's 1960s, made in Japan. I actually believe it was never used. I think it's like new old stock. I love the way it is painted with that kind of gilded gold kind of feel to it. It's very Italian, very Roman kind of looking, yet it has like a little Victorian flair to it. So if you guys collect little pins and brooches, this would be fun. Maybe you're looking for a fun little gift for a youngster. This would make a great first jewelry box. And you can actually see that it is put together well enough that it has these little ball rollers that then the doors, they actually close very tight and securely. And they actually fit then on that roller, and then they don't come open. Like, I don't want it to make a liar out of me, but then the doors don't open. So it's very unique, very different. I think it kind of fit with my motif this evening with what I was doing. It sort of has these great legs here on the front, just $18 if anyone's interested. It is made of all wood, so it is a nice sturdy jewelry box. Thank you, Karen. I thought it was a really neat piece, plus with a functional music box here in the back. So I believe that it would have had maybe a made in Japan sticker on the bottom. I could be wrong, but it's in superb condition. I love the seam too, Robin. I think that's what I think sold me on it. And this is all fabric here. So that's actually fabric, and it's kind of like a silk style fabric that is on the top of it there. Plus, look at those metal handles with the great detail. And then you have all that inlay. I mean, it's not that it's, quote, hand carved, but it gives you that look where I'm sure.
It kind of looks like there's actually like two scenes there. It looks like the one is like storytelling, maybe like they're all sitting on the ground listening to a story.
Yes, I agree.
Or a play or something like that. And then the other one looks like more like a ballet kind of a dance.
Yes, and I don't know. I was also thinking that maybe it was like the dance of the nymphs. Do you know what I mean? How they all danced in the forest and things. I mean, I also saw that as a courting couple, but it kind of pulled the album together that I offered. I just thought it had a good similar style look. Plus, I will tell you that to find a nice quality mid-century jewelry box that looks like it's brand new is hard to find. A lot of times the jewelry boxes from the 50s and 60s were all that pleather, tuft kind of different things where they had the ballerina playing. I thought this one was very mature and would look very nice in a retro, or Victorian or old world or whatever kind of, decor you have. It's just more of a more modern adult style one. So let's count it down. Robin has it at 18. We're looking for 19 or more. Again, it measures 8 by 8.5. No issues whatsoever. And it's made of real wood, believe it or not. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Joe, now that you say that, it sort of does me too. Again, I just thought it was different. That's what I'm trying. I think with the live sales, with what we do, we want to bring things you've never seen before, something that's different, but fits with what you're doing. So, Robin, you didn't need it, friend. Thank you. It's coming to you for $18. Thank you so much.
All right. I believe we have 3.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure. Okay. My next one's going to start at 16. I do have some more salt and pepper shakers. And these are little puppy dogs. How cute are they? I love their faces. I love everything about these. They do kind of look like Maisie a little bit, my dog. A little bit, although these are not Pomeranian Chihuahuas. I'm not sure what kind of dogs these are supposed to be, but I love their little faces, how they're painted. It looks like they're, I don't know, they're getting in cahoots with each other. They look like they're up to no good. Maybe one of them has gotten into the treat jar and the other one looks like it's going to tattletale. I'm not sure, but I like how they're differently, like they're the same kind of dog, but they're sculpted a little bit different. This one's got the little paws up in the air, like he just doesn't care. And then the other one is just kind of sitting there. But I love their little judgy faces. I think they're super cute. No chips on these. Really nice condition. There is just a little bit of crazing in the glaze, but we'll turn them to the side. You can see they're just these guys don't have any cold paint, so these are all fired on there, but airbrushed for the nicely painted details. And I like how they sculpted the fur on these. So they're sculpted very similar, although just slightly different. All right, so airbrushed. And then they just have the Blue Paper Japan tag on the bottom. Both have the little cork stoppers there on the bottom as well. No chipping on these guys. I do know that these dogs came in a different colorway. There's more of like a rusty brown colorway that they did these dogs in as well. And there's also cats in the same kind of style that they did. So I love their big old blue eyes and eyelashes. So measurement for them, they are 3 3/4 tall by about 3 inches wide. So I had a couple puppy dog things tonight, so that's why I brought them, because they looked cute with that little guy. That's why I've decided to bring these guys tonight. Yes, those eyes, you couldn't help but give them all the treats for sure. Maisie's favorite thing besides peanut butter is cheese, of course.
Oh boy.
No, cheese. I can't touch a cheese package and she's there wanting a piece of cheese. It's the cheese tax. You got to pay it every time. So we'll bring puppy dogs back for the recap, and we'll get Jason started here.
All right. $14, Amy. And these are old. These are probably turn of the century. And I don't know if y'all could see these in my preview. So these are children's spoon and fork. They have these fun little teddy bears on them. You can even see the sculpt is older, probably 1920s, I would say. So it has these fun little teddy bears, and these are children's. This would have been for them. This would have been their little spoon and their little fork. Now, I have never had these before, where you flip them around and then they have the children's alphabet here on the back. So these are actually made of like a pressed metal. Hello, Becky. Good to see you. So these are definitely made of a pressed metal, and I do believe these are probably from the 1920s. They're not silver. They're nothing like that. There is a little teeny tiny signature that I could not make out. Maybe my camera will help me. So $14. That's what it says down there. So it's WB over, or is it M? I'm not too sure. I'm not sure of the manufacturer of it, but I thought it was really, really neat. If you guys are into vintage things for children, or if you're into collecting some of the different dishes, for children. So there's the full alphabet. So the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. And then once we get to O, we need to switch over here to the other part of the alphabet, which goes all the way down. So $14. I've never seen these before. I've had dealers in my store that sell, different things that the children, the dishes and things. I have never seen these before, and I thought they were really, really neat. If you guys collect teddy bears or you're into teddy bears, I thought this would be a fun addition. Maybe even if you had a scale doll that you could use these with. I thought they're really, really fun and something you don't often see. I'm trying to get in here so you can see. Look, that's the old school style teddy bear. And I do believe that it looks like one of the jointed early teddy bears with a great look to it, almost like the mohair style German bears. And then it has a little fleur-de-lis up there on the top. So, Robin, I see you're 14. Each utensil measures 4 inches tall. So, and then you can even tell, like I showed you, like the script back here. The script is definitely an older style script, which it's so fun for these little kids that they would have had their little spoon and fork. with their little teddy bears, and then they could have learned their alphabet there on the back. So, and again, these aren't plastic. These are metal. There's a good weight to them. You're right. No, they are. They're definitely antique style teddy bears. They're not going to bend. This isn't going to bend, so it's not like it's made of pewter or anything. It's a nice heavy pot metal. So we're looking for 15 or more. Let's go ahead and count these down. We are doing just in case for active bidders. Again, something unique, something you don't see that often. 15 or more, 20, 19, 18. Oh, that's so fun. 16, 15, 14. I don't think they're pewter, Joe. I tried to. There's no real bending. Like, you'd have to really go hard to bend them. I think if they were pewter, they would bend a little easier. But they're definitely hard enough that they were kid-proof. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Yeah, no, I don't think they're pewter. I should have did a magnet test. Maybe that would have helped me figure out what kind of metal it was. I'm going to go with my gut that it's just pot metal. And it's just a thicker pot metal. And you can see that it's just coated with a little bit of silver on it, and the tarnishing is fantastic. So, Robin, thank you so much. They're yours. Congratulations.
Okay, I have a little tin up next. Also something I got over the weekend. It's not patriotic, although the colors in it definitely could work in something. And it is a little tin. All right, it's a little hinged tin, and I'll show you all the detailing on it. But I did want to, my camera for once is actually working.
Looks good, Amy.
So the front has this cute little boy and girl. He kind of looks like he's dressed in like a little sailor kind of outfit here with his striping. She's got like a red sash. It's just a sweet little scene. Now there is some wear to it. You can see that some of the paint has wore off. There's some scratching on it. I really liked it. I liked the wear on it. I didn't mind it. There's equal amount of wear here on the back side. All right, and I like that as well. It is hinged. All right, it says Hoffman's Swiss made here on the edging right there. And then it does have a little clasp where it opens, but it does have a hinge. All right, so that both of the sides stay together there. I did see some different variations of this particular size of tin. It's not very thick. All right, I didn't quite think that this was quite thick enough for cigarettes, although I do believe this is like a size that could be a pocket tin. Again, it's not super thick on there. I just really like the size of it. It is 3 by 4.5, so it's 4 inches tall. 3, and I didn't measure the thickness, but it is really not. It's a half inch thickness there. All right, and I did see that this image was used by Hoffman on several different kind of tins. There was a heart-shaped one I saw for like Valentine's Day. There's an oval one that uses the same image, and then there were also different images on this particular size of tin that they made. Business cards, yes. If it were me, I would keep like small pieces of ephemera protected in there. If it were me, it is magnetic as well. I would just keep little tiny treasures in there. That would be for me. All right, Miss Sandra, I see you at 10. Thank you so much. We're looking for 11 or more, and we're going to count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid on. You can see a gift card fits in there pretty good too. All right, there is the bid end from Karen. All right, thank you so much. All right, so right before Karen's bid end was Vintage Rose, so it is coming to you for 11. Thank you so much.
All right, gang. Some of these antique inlaid card boxes can go for hundreds of dollars. Mine has a little condition issue, and I got it at a good price. So it's going to start at $22 if anybody is interested. I believe that this card box holder with all of its inlaid pieces, you can see that's all little inlaid pieces of wood in there. I believe it's from the 20s or the 1930s. All right. The only condition issue on mine is you have a little bit of splitting here to the wood, and the previous owner looks like they tried to use some kind of wood epoxy to it. Me, I would clean that off and leave it the way it is. So if you know these old card boxes, you'll know here on the inside how original this is. So for your 22, you're going to get the original card box and the 2 decks of cards that are on the inside. Just note there's a little bit of condition issue. I can't really tell you what country it was made in. I could speculate, but I don't know enough to really tell. So each one of those little pieces is all inlaid into that piece of wood. So you have the different decks of cards, right? The different cards there. The spade, I believe that's a heart there in the center. Here's your reverse side. Again, these can be very, very collectible. All of that is little intricate inlay all the way around. All those pieces. I just think this is a fantastic piece of art. The little card box. When the lid is on, the card box measures 5 inches tall by about 3.5 inches wide. There's the bottom part. I didn't put the lid back on yet because I want to show you what the cards look like. The cards came with it. We'll leave the cards in there. Maybe you'd be interested. I think this deck here, this deck here came more 1960s. It was the Delta Airlines. So you're going to get a vintage airline advertising Chicago. That's kind of a neat card cover there. And then you're going to get these other set of cards. These, I believe, are a little bit older. I actually think they're kind of period correct to what the card holder is. So it has this fun scene. And then here on the inside, it has all different kind of places that you could travel to. Those cards. I know a lot of those airline ones are, Joe. So for $22, I figured somebody, if they didn't want the cards, they could sell the cards, or, I figured it was just a full package. You didn't have to keep the cards if you didn't want to, and maybe it would help pay for your item. So they're just different souvenir places throughout the country. So you're going to get that full deck of cards in there, $22. And I do believe that the card box is probably from the 1920s or the 1930s. You could put whatever kind of cards in there you want. Usually, if you look online, you'll see that if there was no damage to this, sometimes they ask hundreds of dollars for these. So let me put the cards in there so you guys can see it put back together. It's just a fun piece of art to put on your table. And it's an antique. It's something different, something that, I do know in the past, a lot of times in these live sales, we'd bring decks of cards. Folks did collect them. Folks did like them. This one is just something different. And you can see that's all inlaid. And I did my best to give a good look. It's not missing any pieces of wood. So definitely 1920s, 1930s. You can see it has a little bit of patina there from being opened. Again, the previous owner, there is some splitting. So they must have tried to epoxy it. I would just clean that off and let it be. The wood's really not going to come apart unless you put it in a damp place. So thank you for the bids. Jennifer, I see you're 23. Sandra has a 22. We still got another round. Let's go ahead and count this down. So we're looking for 24 or more on the antique card holder for your decks of cards. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. It's just a gorgeous piece to put on your table. Maybe you have a gaming room. Maybe you know someone that likes to play cards. This would make a fantastic Father's Day gift, although it wouldn't get to you in time for Father's Day, Jason. Why did you say that? It's just a fun antique piece of wood. So there's the bid end. Karen G, thank you so much. Jennifer, it's yours for 23. Over to you, Miss Amy.
Congratulations. Okay. That's cool. I've not seen one with the playing cards inlaid on that before.
No.
That's cool. Okay. This should be our last round. And we do have a recap. And then we will get to our community share. All right. My last round is going to start at 16. And I have this cutie pie. And this is not an easy to find series.
Oh my God.
So this is made by Napco. All right. And it's a little girl figurine. And she looks like she's dressed in a swimsuit, or maybe not. Maybe it's just a little shirt. But I've never run across any from the series before. So on top of her head, she has a little leaf. All right, if you tip the leaf over, she's got a little snail friend up there. Look at that. She's
Oh
got a
my
little snail
God.
up there. There is a series of 4 of these, all right, and they all have something. They're all dressed like very similarly, but they all have a little different critter up there on their head. The other ones in the series, there's a little frog, there's a ladybug, and there's a little bird. And that's all of them that I know of that exist. I guess that there could be more, but those are the only ones that I've ever seen. And but I've never run across one of these before. Now, what I want to tell you about her, she doesn't have any chips. All right, there is some crazing present in the glaze. There's no chips, but right here, you can see there's a little overspray. That is underneath the glaze. Do you see that on the leaf right there? And there's a little bit where the peach glaze for her face didn't quite take in a spot. It's a little bit later, like right above that eyebrow. That is also underneath the glaze. That is not like missing paint or anything like that. Hopefully that is coming in true. But I couldn't leave her behind because she's just so darn cute. And I have never run across one of these before. So I was okay with the little overspray on the little leaf there. I was okay with it. And she just has the sweetest little face, lashes for days. Just adorable. High quality ceramics from Napco, as we would expect. No foil sticker there on the bottom anymore. But there's no repairs, no chipping to her little fingers or toes. They're all there, and no chipping to that leaf or the tiny little snail that's up there. There's just crazing in the glaze, and that's about it for her. Measurement for her, she is 3.5 inches tall and 2 3/4 inches wide. Okay, she is adorable. I couldn't leave her behind. All right, so we're looking for 18 or more. Wendy's got the high bid at 17. So 18 or more, let's count her down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Jason, have you seen these before?
Never before in my life, but I'm going to keep my eye out now because I want one.
Okay.
I love them. That's great with the snail and all.
The whole series is very cute. And I'm not sure if there's planters. A lot of times Napco did figurines and then planters that matched. I don't know if there's a planter. I've never seen one. Doesn't mean there isn't one. Okay. Bid end is in there from Karen. Thank you so much. Vintage Rose, you're just in case the 28 did come in after the bid end. So let's see. Aaron at Blueberry Barn had the high bid at 25, but Wendy had it just in case at 27. So Wendy, it is yours for 26. Thank you so much. All right, Jason.
All right, you're going to get this whole lot for $20. So $20, these are political pins. Now, I know some of these, I suspect all of them are original, okay? But you have to remember in the 90s, they started reproducing some of these. So I will show you, and even at $20, if they're the reproduction, they're fun to use in your patriotic displays or your political displays or 4th of July, whatever you want. So, but I will show you the ones that I'm almost certain are original. So $20, you're going to get all 7 of these. They range in size from 1 inch to 1.5 inches. So the first one, you're going to get the Nixon one, okay? So this one I know is an original because it has the little stamp right here. Let's see if the camera's going to work. So, you know, like when we sell Ohio art tins and things, a lot of times the original companies with these pin backs would have their stamp there. Also, you can tell by the way the pin is, and can you see the way the pin is wrapped here and the way it goes in, and it sometimes is a half moon around it. So this one is original. So part of the 7 that you are going to get for 20, you're going to get Nixon, and that is like a dark blue, almost black, with red Nixon on top. So you'll get that part of it. Ladies for Lyndon, which is super unique for Lyndon Johnson. That one is in blue and white. This is an original one as well. And I'll show you the little side stamp here. That's a way that you can tell, although they started to reproduce some of that, but some of the old ones, and then also what I told you about the pin back. So that is the second one you're going to get, ladies, for Linden. This one I believe somebody made, but I believe it's an older picture of Eisenhower. Okay, so I do believe it's an older pin that somebody made. It was their own make-do style pin for, boy, doesn't he just look miserable? Some of those presidents, they just look so angry and so mad, but they
don't like to smile in their photos.
No, they didn't. So that's an original older pin back with Eisenhower on it. Again, these are fun to use with the 4th of July coming up for Independence. I do believe that this is an original one. There's the back. So again, $20 for some of these pins. I didn't look any of them up. So I don't know. He does, Karen. He does. So some of these could be $50 pins. I don't know. This one, of course, is Nixon and Lodge. I believe that's when Nixon ran. I think when Nixon ran against like the L.B. Johnson, when he ran for re-election, and then Nixon finally took it there into the late 60s, into the 70s. So I believe that's when he ran there. So this one is your 1.5-inch one. So that one I'm almost 99% is an original. This one, I don't have the pin back, so I can't tell you. But nonetheless, I feel like this one is original as well. This one is Harry Truman. It's very hard to find Harry Truman pins. And even if that's a reproduction, they did a really good job with it. Some of the reproduction ones, the pictures are fuzzy and grainy. Okay, this one is not. You can actually see the little dots, almost like a litho on it. So I believe that one's original. But again, they got good at copying them. And then this one here was Johnson. I think this is when Johnson and Humphrey ran for re-election, then took it again in the 60s. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not that much of a history buff, but there's that one. And then I do not remember this guy at all. Aldal. I don't even know how to say his last name. And I could be making myself look stupid right there. I'm not too sure who he is.
I don't know who that is either.
I don't know who he is either. But the Best in View, don't he look like Best in View at that? This one I feel like is a reproduction. You can see where the print's a little fuzzy. Do you see what I'm kind of talking about? It's kind of
starting to look like a Liechtenstein.
Yeah. So again, Jason, can you show me the Truman pin? Absolutely. Give me 1 second there, Joe. Where are you, Truman? Truman. Harry Truman. Yeah, here's the Harry Truman pin. And again, I did not research these at all. That one to me looks like an original one and an old one. The reason why I can't speculate anymore is part of the pin itself to tack it is missing. So you'll get all of those for one money. So we're at 21. We're looking for 22 or more. Again, one of these could be really, really worth something, or even at the price point, a couple dollars, they're worth it. So let's go ahead and count it down. Looking for 22 or more, and you're getting 7 patriotic 7 presidential pins, 22 or more. That was his name. I know, but I don't remember who he was. I did his estate sale for his. Did you really? Oh, that's amazing, Joe. And there's your Nixon. So 22 or more. Let's count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. That one's a fun one. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I love the old promos when they did the floating heads. They're so creepy, but I love it. when they did just a random floating head. So, Timmy, I see you're just in case of 33. Robin had a just in case of 27. So, Timmy, for 28, they're all yours. Thank you so much, and congratulations. And Joe, your 27 came in right after the bid end. So, yep. Timmy, they're yours for 28. Thank you guys so much.
All right, congratulations. Sorry for the lag tonight, you guys. It was bad. It was real bad tonight. It's always bad, but it seemed especially bad this evening. All right, we're going to move into a recap. We'll bring back the things that didn't find a home the first time one more time. So these are going to be quick claims. So all that we ask is that you type in the item plus the price so that we know what you are trying to claim. And we will give it a moment. If we see more than one person try and claim the same thing, we will do a quick countdown It'll turn right back into a regular bid round, just in cases can be in play, that sort of thing. Just make sure you type in the item plus the price, okay? All right, so recap time. Jason, do you want to do yours?
Yes, and I'll go super fast, I promise.
That is not what I wanted to do. There we go.
I had the children's menus. I went over them in depth. They were little punch out for ships. They're all from the 1970s. They'll be $18 each. They're new old stock. They've never been used. So $18. If you're interested, this one would be 1976. So that would be 1976, $18. That one is Mr. Steak. This one here, if you could put Hilton, this one would be Hilton, $18. This would have been a child's menu at the Hilton restaurant. So Hilton, $18. They even have their instructions. This one is going to be Pirate, $18. Pirate, $18. If you guys see something in our recaps and you're watching this on the replay, please reach out to Amie or I. We'll do our best to get you invoiced. Then I had the Flower Frog Cambridge, Bashful Charlotte in the crystal glass. There's 10 holes, Flower Frog. I got you, Timmy, for Mr. Steak. Thank you so much. This is $24. So you could put Flower Frog, 24, Flower Frog, 24 if you're interested. No chips or cracks, and she's 8.5 inches tall. Thank you so much, Amie.
That's it? Okay.
Yes.
You got it. Okay. All right. Timmy wanted Mr. Steak.
Gotcha. Thank you so much, Timmy.
Those are cool. All right. And what I had was my little puppy dog shakers. I just showed these. So these were $16 and good condition, no chipping on either one, just some crazing in the glaze. They have their stoppers. So puppy 16, if you want to claim those. Robin is taking your Flower Frog.
Gotcha, Robin. Thank you so much.
If you want to claim the puppy dogs, puppy 16. If you want to type that in the chat. And that was my recap.
Thank you.
Both up here. Thank you all.
Thank you
so
guys.
very much. We appreciate you hanging out with us tonight and always every single week. Thank you guys for being here. All right, so now we're going to move into our community share. All right, I did mention at the top of the hour, Laura Daffodil Fields Finds is our here tonight. I am going to pop her email up here again. We would love if you send in some photos if you want to be part of our show. We so enjoy having you guys share the photographs and be part of our show with us week after week. But if you want to send us something, anything, it could be one photo, it can be multiple photos. Just make sure you let us know if you want us to mention your name or you want to be anonymous, and a brief description to go along with your photos so we know how to talk about them when we share them here on the big screen. All right, so ShareMyFindsLive@gmail.com. Anything that you want to send us. Hey, if you're putting a 4th of July display together, we'd love to see it.
We would.
All right. So let's see. I do have 4 photos from Laura that she sent in to us. Now, like I said, she uses something in her display that I would never think to use, but I absolutely love it. And I don't know how I would use it because I don't collect these, but I love the idea. Maybe some of you would like this idea as well. So here is photo number 1. And we see Laura's got an amazing collection of lady head vases. Okay. A whole bunch of them. And she said that she thrifted all of the hankies from an estate sale to use them specifically for the head scarves for her lady heads. I have never seen anybody do this before.
I love it.
And I absolutely love it. So this is the overview of everything. And I also really like that tablecloth, Laura. But I've got some close-ups. Okay, so first we're going to go to the left. And now you can really see. I just love this.
This is a great idea.
They're going for a drive in their convertible, and they got to cover up their hair with the hankies. I just love that idea. It's so great. And here's the center, and she's also got some a couple Anarco little big bow girls, and I see she's got some Napco bloomer girls tucked in there too.
It's good.
But I even like the hanky on the smaller head vases too, like the one in the center.
I do too.
I love that.
This is so creative. I love it.
So good. And here are the ones on the right side. I also really like that framed beauty back there with that big old orchid.
Yep.
That is beautiful. Yeah.
With the deco, even the deco glass holder back there.
It's
the
really
deco
good.
caddy. Yep. Real good.
I love this, Laura. Thank you for sending these in. As soon as I saw these, I was like, oh my goodness, what a great idea. I absolutely love it.
What a fantastic
Thank you, Laura, for sending these in. Yes, very clever idea. It's fantastic. Yes, great collection. And Laura, I don't know if Laura's still here with us, but I was curious how long you've been collecting ladyhead vases, because that is quite the collection. She's got some very hard to find ones that are in there too.
She's still here, Amy.
Oh, she is. Yeah, I see she's right in the chat. And the Narco girls are super hard to find. I've only ever seen one out and about.
And the different colors too. Like
the pastel ones, yes.
I've only seen a purple one.
Yes, Laura does have really, really good displays.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Laura, for sending those in. We appreciate it so much. Thanks for being part of the show this week. All right. So what do we have coming up, Jason? Do you have anything?
No, I have fantastic finds, but then I think we're participating in something that'll be coming up. I think on June 20th.
I'm waiting. I think. Wait, is that next week already?
Yeah, it's next Friday. Yeah, it's the 20th. Yeah,
it is next Friday.
Yes.
Well, I'm waiting to finalize because I didn't know if she had a schedule she was going to put out before we talked about it. So I think we can talk about it next Thursday. But we do have a special sale on Catherine Young's channel next Friday, so the 20th.
Yes.
All right, and hopefully I'll have the whole full lineup time-wise about everybody participating in that, that we can share with you guys next Thursday.
Yes.
Okay. So, but keep that in the back of your mind. We do have a special sale next Friday.
Yeah. And the only thing for me, the only caveat for me is I'm sorry, gang, there'll be no video this week. Things have been crazy trying to get caught up since I got home from the beach. And I promise, I know folks reach out to us. We were even on the way to the beach and we were in a shop and a sweet woman came up and asked us about Anna. So I will keep you guys in the loop. I promise you. And just pray, guys. Keep your fingers crossed. The idea that our vet has, I think this is going to work. We'll get details tomorrow. I hope it's going to work. So that's it for me, Amy. And I'll be back next week with Amy for Fantastic Finds.
Yes, we will be back next Thursday. Regular scheduled channel and time next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we'll talk more about next Friday next week as well.
Yes.
But just keep an eye on our community tabs. We'll probably share information there and over on Instagram as well. All right. Oh, Laura said she's been collecting lady heads for about 5 years. So,
okay.
Excellent
Great collection.
Big thank you to Karen G for helping us out in the chat as always tonight. Thanks, Karen. And thank you everybody else that was helpful in the chat. I know Leslie's always helpful and everybody else down there answering questions and talking amongst each other. Thank you guys so much. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'm again going to be sending invoices out tomorrow. Jason's going to be sending his out on Saturday. So look for those. And thank you all so much again. And we will see you next week. Thank you all so much. Good night.